Ahoy, crypto pirates! Welcome to your Discourse Syndicate FN Hangout. It's your time, your turn. Get in here. Links in the damn chat rooms and all over the Twitters, and I'll put it in the chat. What a great week it's been. What a awesome week it's been. How's everybody doing? Let's say hello to the chat room. So I'm going to put the damn link in the chat room. Come on in. Come hang out. Tonight is fired up night. We got new Bucha. We got our Qualia Nootropics Energy ready to go. Bree, me and you going to do another shot tonight. I am. The captain is fired. Can everybody hear me? I can't hear shit out of these damn headsets. I got these new Sony things and they suck. Everything. The music sounds horrible now. I'm fired up and I couldn't even hear my music right. These things just. God, I hate those things. Anyway, there goes $250 or whatever. I'm putting the old shit back on. Hold on a second here, guys. No, those are wrecked. Fuck. Anyway, let me fix this. Can't hear shit with those things. I don't know why I even bought them. Let's see here. Check one. There we go. There. And the old stupid gaming headset my kid gave me freaking 3 years ago works better than those stupid ass Sony pieces of shit that are supposed to be good. Yeah, fuck those things. They're done. I'm tired of them. I got enough money. I can buy a new pair. I'm gonna get the better ones. And I ain't getting Sony any either. Damn things. Sony probably are never gonna get you as a sponsor, huh? Anyway, how's everybody doing? Let's say hi to the chat room. Let's say hi to everybody real quick. T shares what's happening first in the room. Thomas Turner, Bree. Hey, we're going to be hitting a shot here, right? Right, shot tonight. I'm already fired up and I haven't even done my shot yet. Hang on. Benny Bills, what's up, Melf Tony? Tommy Turner. Let's see what else we got in here. Pulse Lord, Hex Deck 16, the typical chat room trolls, Mud Hog. Let's see, Anon, how's it going? Trustless, Freddie, dude, bro. I'm gonna talk about it a little bit. I got to, man. So Freddie's got me on a gag order from talking about his new rap. Holy fucking balls, man. Guys, Freddie's spitting fire. You know, you thought the Hex Anthem was bad to the bone. Wait till you hear his next one. So I got to tell you guys a little story. So driving home from work, end of the day, and my phone rings, and lo and behold, who is it? It's Freddie Quotes. And he's like, bro, man, can you give me a couple of minutes? I said, yeah, what do you need, dude? He's like, would you listen to my rap? Now, guys, so this rap is going to be freaking legendary. So his first one was great. I mean, it was just freaking, it's a legend in and of itself. It's our anthem. But this one here is like fire, like pounding you in the freaking head, in the chest, in the heart, in the gut, just nonstop body shots, right? And so I get to hear, so Freddie goes, will you listen to this, bro? So Freddie like just off, no music, nothing, just raps this thing to me on the phone. And I'm like getting goosebumps, you know, while he's rapping it. It's just, I get them right now, goosebumps, man. And Freddie raps this thing to me and I'm like, dude, that was fucking fire, man, fire. And so I'm driving, I'm going, that is going to be badass. I'm thinking. And then boom, my telegram goes off and it's Freddie. He sent me the track of the beat, right? And holy shit, man. After I heard the beat, I was like, this is going to be booming. This is booming. So Freddie, I know that we can't release it yet. The full song is just freaking phenomenal. Great job. I cannot wait. We're gonna bring you on the show. You got to come on the show, bro. Do a Monday with me, chatting with the captain. Me and you talk. We'll talk music. We'll talk rap. We'll talk anything else you want, and we'll talk about your your song, and then maybe you'll let DS debut it. I don't know. I'm just asking, maybe. But Freddie Quotes tearing it up, guys. I'm freaking stoked. Second domino, Dorsey. Ahoy to you. Thomas Wonderland. What's happening? Just incredible. Serena. OG. The Queen OG herself. Serena Alonzi, everybody. The Queen is in the house. Hex Technician. What's up? Hex Sailing. Oh, what's up, dude? How's it going, man? How's that boat going off, man? You want to see that thing? Bear off the wind, roll out the guns, and let them have 40% APY. Yeah. Trust. Listen, already said hello. Graphene, Papa Hexo, Mud Dog, Pay Me Hex, Crypto Gammy. Who else is in here? Randy Cox, Hexican Greenhorn. It's too much. It's going to get too long. Is that Bran? Did I see Bran? Bran, what's up, dude? What is up, man? Can't wait to see you come in again. I haven't seen you in a while. I guess I thought you didn't love me no more, man. Haven't heard from you. So jump on in one of these days. Bran. Let's see. Who else? Nardo, what's up, bro? Graphene said hello. Snake Eyes. All right, everybody. Welcome to your FN Hangout. I put the link in there once. I'll put it in again. Feel free to come join us. This is your night if you're new here. If you haven't been on the FN Hangout before, this is your place to come on, ask questions. We've got some cutthroats in the back room already coming in, getting ready to talk about what's going on this week. All-time highs. Once again, people are getting rich all over the freaking place. Hexicans are tearing crypto to shreds. And the rec plebs out there are still talking out the side of their damn necks. I just, even people who have been exposed to Hex, like I saw this video clip of one of our buddies, and I'm not gonna mention it anyway. The guy that was talking about Hex, he gave a somewhat favorable talk about Hex, and that's what I don't understand is this somewhat favorable talk about, well, it's not a scam anyway. Okay, I said it. It's not a scam. It's not. Okay, now leave me alone. Bitcoin's better. XRP's better. Yeah. DeFi, NFTs. Yeah. And that's what they fucking say every time. That's it. That's the new narrative out there. It's a joke. They're so wrecked. They're so freaking wrecked. They know that we've won. They know that we've taken over crypto. They know that Hex is the grand coin of crypto. Period. End of story. Better than Bitcoin. I say it again. Better than Bitcoin. Better than Ethereum Pulse is going to be. You just watch. Number 1, number 2, and number 3. Pulse Chain, Hex. Maybe Hex, Pulse Chain. Maybe Hex, Pulse Chain, Hex. Who knows? But it's going to go somewhere like that. And they ain't got nothing to say about it. It's over with. We won the war. Put the swords down. You guys can keep just talking like you are. It's funny that they do that, but all right, time to get the cutthroats in. First of all, we got Gary Funding Jim. What's happening, buddy? Come on, man.
Hey, man. Can you hear me all right?
Hold on a second. I got. You know what? These things are not turned on to. Let's see.
Okay.
Let's see if that works.
Can you hear me now?
I think that I may have to, in order to hear you guys, I might have to, let's see, headphones.
I heard an echo when I spoke.
Headset, digital audio, VGA. Well. Hold on one second. I'll bring you guys up. I'm going to, Wells, what's happening? 8-bit and Hex Lion sitting in front of you guys.
Hello, guys. What's up, everybody? How is our audio? Can you understand
what is
us?
happening, fellas? You guys are looking like
you guys retired. What happened?
Brothers there.
Yeah.
I can't hear you.
We retired.
Can you hear him?
became
I can't hear nobody now.
Hexicans.
Hold on a second. I'm gonna let you guys talk,
24/7.
and I'm gonna go unfuck myself. So let me get out of here for a minute.
Yeah, we do. Oh, this looks beautiful with the Hexicans.
Yeah, that looks beautiful, you know.
Yeah, you guys are dead center. This is great.
So tell us,
guys,
verbally,
congratulations everybody to the new all-time highs, right? It's
Yes.
crazy. Every day in Hex we have new all-time highs. That's all I know.
That's all you need to know. Get used to it too while you're at it.
Yeah, so guys, just to give you a small recap, what we are doing and what we already have. So what we have behind us is a new Audi Q7 wrapped in completely wrapped and with the Pulse Chain logo. And behind me here there is pulsechain.com on both sides.
At the back it shows Freedom TV.
Exactly, in the back it shows freedomtv.info, which is the channel of our two tour managers here in Vegas. And today we finished our first workshop already. Time is going by so fast, and we are still like in the process of wrapping other cars. So in total it will be 3. And
it was a fun little workshop. Everybody got educated on Hex. Everybody created a wallet, and somebody even won 5,555 Hex today. And they all went home with a smile. It was a great event.
Exactly.
And this was just the first one. 40 more to go. That's what I said. And we're going to improve at every single and each of every one of those events, man.
Exactly, yeah. Work in progress, you know. But it's coming good. It's coming good. And there will be a recap as well. We filmed the whole thing. And yes, on Monday we will head over to San Diego, where we have planned 1 workshop, and now we already have 2. On Tuesday there will be 1 in San Diego downtown, and on Wednesday there will be 1 a bit outside of San Diego at the Vineyard, sponsored by a Hexican. And there we get to hang out, make a workshop, get everybody onboarded, make a nice raffle, and and enjoy life, you know.
That's it.
So shout out to all the Hexicans that support us on this trip. Like this guy in San Diego, Mitchell, he like donated us the Vineyard.
Exactly.
And we have so many other Hexicans supporting us, telling us where the good locations are and things like this. So if there's anybody in the chat right now who wants to contribute, help out, and just give us your information that you have, that would be beautiful. Reach out to us on our social media and help us creating the magic carpet ride where Hex goes to $7.
Exactly, the ride to $7, guys. The magic carpet ride. So how is it going, Funny Jim?
Things are going amazing. I'm really excited to learn more about your tour as footage from it releases. It's really cool.
We have a whole team now built behind us, and we have social media managers. We have people just for the camera, just for the editing, and just the director, so everybody can really concentrate on their job. And now we just have to perform. That's all we do. Today the workshop was so freaking great. You know what? It was not scripted at all. All we had was a single PowerPoint presentation with a couple of pictures, and everything else was just whatever we do every Monday in our streams anyways. So we have done that thousands of times already, and now we just do that with people. It was such a great feeling today.
Exactly. So now you can look in some eyes, you know. It was like, so look from left to right and not like just at a green point.
And then the girl who won the Hex from us, she was so excited. She wanted to even stake it, but we all know because of the high Ethereum fees she couldn't. She was a little bit disappointed because of that. But we brought her a smile again when we told her Pulse Chain is coming and bringing us the freedom that we deserve.
Boom. So I got a question for you guys. Is there like a common sentiment that you picked up from the crowd today, or maybe a common question that surprised you, or maybe a surprising theme that you didn't expect? Just anything unexpected, if you did pick up anything. I'm just curious.
Well, it's a good question, actually. Of course.
Actually, we announced the raffle, you know, like if you want to win $1,500, $1,600 worth of Hex, 5,555. Then now let's go ahead and make the setup of the wallet. And you know, I still needed like to convince 3 people like to pull out their cell phone, you know, to
And people still don't trust that facet of the process, right?
But it was awesome today that we had die-hard Hexicans, OG Hexicans here at Vegas today, but also we had no-coiners that really never heard of crypto. So we had a good mix, I think, of people.
Definitely.
Oh,
it was pretty cool.
There you go. There you go. That's what it's about.
And
Those are gonna be the best onboards too.
Oh yeah, the no coiners, they get it right away. The girl who won the Hex today, she was a no coiner and she wanted to stake right away, like for a long time. She got it, man.
There you go.
I have a question. Is your audience people, like you just said, I think more, they're not familiar with crypto at all. They're just curious about crypto and they heard about Hex because of your tour. Like, are they new to crypto as a whole?
Yeah, sometimes yes, because they just came in with another angle, for example. So Barry and T-Money, the guys from freedomtv.info, they are making like a lot of marketing, and they are old business guys. Sorry T-Money, sorry Barry, but like advanced business guys. So that's
they know how to get to people outside of the internet.
Exactly,
that's what we need.
And they are like entrepreneurs since decades, and they especially like here in Vegas, they know a lot of people.
So my follow-up question to that is, because I'm older, I remember when gasoline was cheap, and then current gasoline is expensive because I've gone through that. Same thing with houses, same thing with food, same thing with travel, as far as the cost of things. I never would have thought that Apple would be $1 trillion company. And so I hear all the time, Hex passing Bitcoin or flipping Bitcoin. We talk about this all the time. And what does a normal person coming into crypto think about this idea of a market cap or a limit? Do they think of it as a limit, or is it just
no? And actually, we always will have no coiners on the workshops, and it's already like kind of a hustle to create the wallet and so on. We said we will put the workshop that we show like the least amount of numbers possible in order to not overwhelm the audience, and give everybody a nice handout where they have a nice summary and like further links, with hex.com, with pulsechain.com, with richardhart.com, and with hexgraphs.com as well, where they can really go ahead and do their own research. Hey, our picture again. Hello.
I think our workshop was pretty basic, talking about the fundamentals, about the depreciation of the dollar, for example, and how you hedge against that with Hex. And we barely talked about T-shares, so we really had to take those people that were no coiners from the beginning.
Exactly. So to go ahead and talk more about the passive income strategy, more about the loss in value of purchasing power of the dollar, how to get a better asset. And only once I was mentioning Bitcoin and like comparing the gains Bitcoin did to the gains Hex did already, and like that you are not missing the boat, that you are not the last guy getting into the boat, that you are like still pretty early, what kind of opportunity is ahead of us, and more focused on how to be your own bank, more focused on the security about it, more focused on that the people know that those 24 words are like important, So one guy, for example, okay, then I do that as well, and literally like the first word he wrote down was incorrect, and then by validating it, he like put it in the first word, and it's like it's not going, and I say it's invalid. And if it's only like one letter, most of the time you get the correct English word, and I say no, it's like this and not, it's missing like that letter. Oh no, but it says there, try it. It's valid. Yeah, so you wrote it down incorrectly, so please take care. So the Staker app gives you a better user experience, even if it's more complicated, I would say, because you're really forced to type every word in again, and not like with MetaMask where you can just like make click, and maybe in your short-term memory you still have it, but on the written paper you're missing a E or a C or something like that, And I had that case already. So yeah, focus on how to be your own bank, how that those 24 words are the access to your own bank, and then show some some charts compared to other assets, and then just focus on the comparison of the real world working product, the certificates of deposit, and that this is just the copy on the blockchain, and this is how you can access it, how you can use it, and how you can mint your own rewards.
I love it. I have a question because I want a sound bite, and I would really like to get a sound bite from you guys because you're on tour and doing these presentations, and then also from Wales. My soundbite question is, people look, and if they have heard of a market cap, they think about how much Bitcoin is worth, and they say $1 trillion. And then they see us in Hex closing in on that number. They have told me they thought that there wasn't that much upside potential to buying Hex because it's almost at competitive with Ethereum or Bitcoin. And then they don't think that there's a ceiling beyond that. How do you respond to someone that thinks that the market cap is the limiter on the price of a token of Hex? How do you quickly respond to that kind of pushback?
Well, luckily it didn't come up today because I think it's a stupid metric anyways, right? We Hexicans know that because
yeah, I mean, we just explained it the same way like Richard does it, you know. I'm used to translate Richard into German.
Nobody makes money on market cap, so why talk about it?
Right.
And yeah, exactly like you say, like, can you make money out of the market cap? And then like just explain it. Do you even know how this number is calculated? Like, explain me the math on it, you know, and then you already get it, that it's just like that they heard something from somewhere and then they mix it up in their own brain, and
it's just stupid influencers that talk stupid and don't know what's going on, and people have, get the information firsthand from those people. It's pretty sad.
Wales, do you have a reply that's kind of for the general person that's not really invest savvy, but they have some money?
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting thing, right? Because the average person does hear about market cap often, but they don't actually understand it. They just hear about it, right? So when they hear about it,
headlines, no? Wales of headlines, I would assume, because the headline in the New York Times is like Apple reached 1 trillion market cap and nothing else.
Correct. Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, when you sit there, like, just to speak of, just so from a general perspective, that's it, right? Like, they really see it on headlines, TVs, and that's really it, right? From a professional perspective, that number isn't really used at all. If anything, is used as a pivot point to get to other valuations. It's not used as it's not used for anything valid. Right. And that's the important thing that a professional is going to know. Before a person that doesn't know anything, they only see it on TV. So they're not going to really, I mean, unless they know anything about it, the odds of them even thinking of it is going to be slim to nil, unless they think they're being smart by asking to compare it. Right. Like, that's really the only way, because otherwise, what other conceptual understanding can they have about that topic? Because it's not even straightforward when you first come across it. You have to understand that it's not just the total amount of shares multiplied by the price. It's actually the floating amount or the circulating supply. So it's what's actually available to be bought or sold. You see? So it's not even the same thing, because when you're looking at it from a stock market perspective, you have treasury stock, which is non-floating, and then whatever the actual owners own that they don't let float. Right. And then whatever else isn't actually floating. Right. And then you have all the floating supply, which is what's tradable every day and yada, yada. So, it's a lot of little things that go into this one thing that the average person just isn't going to know. So it should never even be a topic of discussion unless it just happens to be somebody that randomly knows that.
And crypto doesn't divide those metrics that way. They just throw all of it into one big pile, and
so the comments that I've gotten most recently, because I talked to some, really new people that have some money, but they're not really investor people. Right. And they think that Tesla went up in stock value because Tesla sold more cars, or that Apple went up in stock because
they don't actually know why.
So I'm trying to
Yeah,
break
and Hex went up in price because we got more investors.
right. So they're not related to the product sale necessarily, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, you know,
Stocks are literally just duct taped onto companies. They're not really.
Okay.
They're duct tape tokens onto companies. That's what they are.
They are.
They really have nothing to do with the company's
Unless
productivity
you're
or
a
anything.
creditor, yeah, unless you're a creditor, you have no claim in the company's production. Literal fact.
Yep.
Well, recently, since COVID, or since this past 2 years, you know, people that used to be stock savvy, they would look at things like price to earnings ratios, and they were trying to evaluate: is this stock cheap or is it expensive? And so those people, how do you push, not push, but how do you inform people about cryptocurrency when they think of stock and that PE ratio kind of mentality?
Yeah, it's actually an interesting question because it turns out I was actually onboarding somebody that works in my firm a couple of days ago. And the person is a person that's traded on an emerging market desk. Like, we could speak the same lingo. I broke down Hex to him in 2 minutes, and he's all in. So it just depends the level of understanding that the other party has. And because that person has a similar background to me, they're freaking thankful forever because I introduced them to this, because they understand, right? I was able to explain, because while they might not be crypto savvy like me, they understand value, they understand asset, they understand all these basic concepts, right, that you kind of need to understand to wrap your head around this whole picture. Then once I explain to them what crypto is, because it's very simple, right? It's just a matter of believing that simplicity. And that's the hard part for most people. People really want to think that this is like a stock market thing, and it's not. It's math, it's code, and it's the logic bearing the properties of that math and code. If they do not coincide, like we have it here with Hex, they will simply fail. That's just it. And that's the thing that's hard for people to wrap their head around. So Hex gives you a reason to buy and buy and buy and buy and never ever sell. And when you sell, you're going to hurt because you know what comes after that. I mean,
exactly. And that's an awesome point, because a lot of people are always thinking like, yeah, okay, and now I get in that the old OGs can dump on me. Like, it really is the case with Bitcoin, actually, because if you now get into Bitcoin, then you have the richest guy in the world has the possibility to dump on you, because he still sits at a plus, you know. So and in Hex, it's look at the buys, you know, who is buying Hex, and if you look at the biggest buys, it's like still huge whales who already have their Hex back, who already have their long stakes. They are like at least half of the reason of the price increase. So the biggest Hex holders are still holding on to it, are still accumulating. So what does that say for me? I guess like rich guys often have multiple streams of income. So what I think is that they just take from there, and they still accumulate their bags, because also for them, I guess Hex was like, okay, let's try it. And then over time creates confidence. They put it more and more and just take their other income streams for putting it there to work, because they own their own money still, you know. They don't need to trust anybody, not richer than nobody, you know. And that's the beauty of Hex.
I mean,
we have it on the blockchain, right?
I'm a net buyer. I buy every week, and every time I have a windfall or some sale or something, I'm a buyer, not a seller.
Yeah, I mean I was referring it a little bit to you, actually, Fanny. Because I know, for example, you have multiple streams of income, and I know, I guess that's your mindset. You know, we met each other in Colombia and Medellin, so I got it. That's the way you think. You know, it's because Hex is not going anywhere, right?
The great thing is, like, you have it all on the blockchain. Every transaction is on there, and what we see is that the average staking length went from 4.5 years to 5.5 years. Now we are at 5.8 years.
5.7, 5.77.
Yeah. So I think what we as Hexicans fail to understand is that this is the first time in human history that a financial tool has been available like this to human beings.
Yep.
This is a tool that we've never seen before. Now we understand it. We've dissected it, looked at it, and going, oh shit, look what this thing's going to do and can do and is going to continue to do. And we've all operated within the parameters of Hex by being those stewards of it. By like you were saying, we stake it. We get worried about it coming to maturity because we don't want those T shares to go away. Because I mean, let's face it, some of us have seen 60-cent T shares turn into $5,000 T shares. So you start to get this sense of loss when your stake is coming up. And what are you thinking? How much of this and how far out do I have to put this to keep my T shares? My first thought isn't how much money can I squeeze out of this stake. My first thought is how many T shares am I going to retain from this stake when it does come due? And that's unique. That is unique. And because of that right there, that is going to send Hex to the moon. Years from now, people's mentality. Look, we are the beginning. We are setting the stage. See, Hex is making us do all of this. We're not figuring this out and doing it on our own. Hex is making us act this way because, like Wales just said, it's math, it's code, it's immutable, it's done. You have to operate within its parameters. Period. End of story. Because it's going to do its thing. So guess what? We're starting to react to it. And our thought processes are starting to react to it. And human behavior down the road is going to do the same thing. We've already watched the people try and trade it. And what has happened? They've all got wrecked. The old mentality of crypto coming into Hex has not worked. They've just bounced up against the block wall and fallen off. And Hexicans have adjusted and learned how to use it and learned what it's all about. Behavior later on down the road is going to be just like we are setting the stage. We are showing people how to use Hex. Mm-hmm. And that's what's going to happen. And it's just going to make it more and more and more valuable and rare.
Yep. Because the right people that already understand the system. Now, Gary, look, I love using you as an example because you're a present moment in time example. You're the prime candidate for this example. And it's the example that I always thought of until I met you and I knew who you were. Because I understood Hex's significance when I came upon it, this is how great it is, right? You're a person that's a business individual. You understand the power of Hex, and what do? You bless it with fiat every time you get a windfall because you understand the frictionless returns that you can acquire here, and that's really all it's about. No friction equals major ROI. And that's exactly what we see here. It's funny because it's really simple physics, it's simple math, but it's so hard for some people to understand. And it's like this. It's like when you're running around, right? When you're running around, whether it's a baseball field, if you played baseball, football, if you played football, soccer, if you played soccer, basketball, if you played basketball. If you don't have that grip when you're taking that pivot step, you're going to slip and you're going to bust your ass, right? Straightforward. Hex gives you the ability to never slip and bust your ass. That's the difference. There's no overhead. There's no downside risk. You pick your time frame. You select how long you want to ride the train because the properties of the system are aligned with it only going up as long as you do the right thing. If you do the wrong thing, guess what? You're toast. That's it. I mean, we have a long-time businessman here that's just nodding his head in agreement because it's simple. Mm-hmm. It's really that simple. Buy a steak and see you later.
Guys, unfortunately, we have to leave. We have a meeting setting up with our managers and all the team members, like in a restaurant, so we don't want to miss that.
But what I will do before we leave, I will drive away. So you will leave the screen then, and I go ahead and show everybody that is not a green screen.
Thanks for having us.
Pleasure, guys.
So Patrick is just bringing the key. We have so much fun here in America. It's amazing. It's the best country to be in right now. I wouldn't be like to be anywhere else than here.
Good
right
deal,
now,
man.
and there's a reason for that.
With the community, it's amazing. There he goes. Thanks for having us, guys.
It would have been
Love
nice
it.
if he had had a rope tied to your chair and flipped you out.
All right.
All right, 8-Bit. We'll see you,
Later,
brother.
guys.
All right, we got Hextech. What's up, dude? Oh, you're muted. Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself.
It's always
there we go.
hard to just have
There
volume
you
when you first get on. What's going on,
Hey,
Hextech?
Wells. Hey, Jerry.
What's happening?
Howdy from Montana.
Howdy from Montana.
That's
Welcome.
my stick.
Yeah, it's just another beautiful day in Hexland, man.
We almost wicked into 29 cents, or we did pass 29
No, we did.
cents, right?
We passed 29.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we did.
we passed 29 and a half,
I think we hit
actually.
30. Did we?
Nice.
No. 29.68 is the highest I saw on Staker app.
Yeah, 29.6 something. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Look at those wicks. Someone is trying to get this thing going, huh?
One of my own boards was like, we hit 30. He sent me a text message. I'm like, let me check this. I'm like, no, we didn't. Yeah, so
Yeah, the funny thing is, it doesn't even matter. We're just getting started, man.
no, it
Not
doesn't.
even viral yet.
Nope. Like I said, the Furus out there are still saying, yeah, Hex isn't a scam, but
Oh man.
Oh, man.
it isn't a scam, but I'm really not going to talk about it.
The sound of defeat is the sound of silence. And that's what that is.
Somebody's got to make that meme.
That's defeat, baby. The sound of defeat.
Sound is silent.
That's the sound of defeat, baby.
I
You're
like
better
it.
off just saying nothing if you're not going to say the right thing.
Yeah.
Wales, I notice in the chat, again, we get new people to the discourse that, they don't look at charts. They don't necessarily know the terminology. I just saw someone that was asking, what's a wick? Maybe you can say not just what a wick is, but when you look at it as a professional, what does a wick mean to you as far as, movement from baseline or something like that trend?
Yeah. So I'll define a wick first. So when you're looking at a wick, right, whether it's a candle or a bar, here goes this guy. Can somebody find out who he is and just, get him to put hex.com on that thing? Like, come on, man. We got some fiat for you. What's up? It's crazy. Every time I'm talking, I feel like this guy just waits for me to talk to drop his spam. It's fucking funny. It's nonstop. Yeah, it's nonstop.
They
And
love us, I guess. I don't
the
know.
one from earlier didn't even make sense. I don't know if you saw the one from earlier. It didn't even make sense. I don't get it. It's crazy. It's
The
crazy.
price of fame and being popular.
Yeah, definitely. The trolls will come swinging.
Yep.
So a wick, right? A wick is when you have an opening price and then you have a closing price. Anything above or below that open or close is considered a wick if the price does not stay in that range. Because if it comes back down or goes back up from that high or low, and I hope that's not confusing, then what you're going to see is just a shadow, basically. And that shadow is essentially the wick. And it's just letting you know that price traveled there at some point in time, but it did not stay there because the candle will show you the open and the close or the bar. But you will only see the wick, which is the shadow, if it passes there and retraces versus that level. Hope that makes sense.
So I have a follow-up question. Do you give it any value?
Wick? I was actually going to answer that next.
Market, or you think it's just accidental and fat finger?
Nah, a lot of the time that's indicative. In fact, the first time I bought Hex is because I saw a wick. But what I didn't know was that I wasn't looking at the right data source because I was looking at Hit BTC. But it was the best fake out ever because it got me into Hex. So it worked out for me. Because I know what wicks, it's that question that you asked. I know exactly what wicks mean. And in the real market, like what we're seeing on Dex.Vision, right, where they pick up every order, those wicks are real. And all they're telling you is that when they're to the upside, that means people want to buy it. That's a sign of demand. So when you see up wicks to the upside, that's extremely bullish. When you see a lot of wicks to the downside, that's extremely bearish. But then you have to understand how the market trades, because you can have them going up and down. So you have to look at the overall trend of the candles in that instance, because wicks are wicks, right? But you have to understand that some wicks are more important than others. So it takes time to kind of pick all of that up. But wicks do have a value if they happen on a random instance and they're going in one direction versus another. So they do matter.
I have a question about, because you look at TA so much, but not just in crypto, but also, a career in it.
Mm-hmm.
If you had to choose one time setting, we're talking about Hex now, but if you had to choose one time setting and it was the 30-minute, the 1 hour, the 4 hour, the daily, if you could only choose one to look at, which one should you default to?
Honestly, it would be the weekly.
Weekly.
Mm-hmm. And the weekly, because I spent a lot of time looking at all of those other time frames that you talked about, smallest, even up to daily. And in reality, if I had to pivot on one, it would have to be weekly, and being able to scale down on daily. And the reason is because time is what pays you. And that's the fallacy of trading intraday. You don't have time on your side. When you don't have time on your side, you're rushed. When you're rushed and you're not prepared to be rushed, you're going to make bad decisions. And that's why 95% of the traders don't make it, honestly. And I have enough time losing to know that. And that's honestly what's helped me understand Hex so much better, is all of those losses that I've taken, even amongst the wins, because the losses will always hurt more because they're usually based on dumb decisions that you could have avoided.
Weekly. You like the weekly. And then if you look at, is there anything else that's not a crypto that has the same kind of trend line as Hex?
No. Nope.
Okay. Right asset, right place. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Straight lucky.
Anybody
Anybody in Hex right now, I mean, hell. All right. Do you remember how big the big short trade was? Does anybody remember?
Yes.
What's that number?
It was I think the biggest some guys were able to extract was like 15-1.
Yeah. It was huge.
Yeah, that's huge for legacy. Huge
for legacy, yeah.
Correct. We just did 28-1. We just did in 180 days. Okay? 30-1, whatever it is. Okay? And this is just like I said, this trade is going to be better than the big short, and it already is.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yo, the math does not lie. The math doesn't lie. Go ahead, girl.
Do you think that Cody Willard is actively building a short platform?
Nah, I don't think so. In all honesty, no, I don't think so.
I would love him to build a short platform.
I would love it too, but the thing about it is he was hearing me. He was hearing me until the unmentionable happened. He was hearing me. So he understands his value here, and anybody that knows how to do a little bit of math will eventually figure that out. As soon as they get rid of their preconceived notions and opinions. I mean, again, look, when I found Hex, I thought I found a scam, just like anybody else, right? Like, especially coming from finance. I mean, nothing like this exists or even seems possible. So you have to do your due diligence because it's innovative. It's brand spanking new.
Yep. Never before seen.
So, it's always going to seem one way when it's something else. And it's just the opposite of what we're used to seeing. It's a system that's designed to sustain and maintain value over time.
Yep.
It's not the other way around. That's what we're used to. Man-made value systems. That's not what this is.
Yep.
Or man-determined value systems.
Yeah. So this one was made with all the proper elements and then turned on to where you couldn't turn it off.
Correct.
And put all of the proper elements for doing exactly what you said, and now you can't turn it off. And it's just gonna do what it do. Period. End of story.
Completed code.
Completed. I mean, Gary.
The freaking history, man. The history of this.
I mean, even RG, all of you guys will understand the importance of consistency.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when it comes to money or making it, that's non-existent. And I think that that's the most valuable aspect of Hex. Let me get into any room with any board, any entity that thinks they know about money, and let me talk to them about Hex for 5 minutes. Their money is gone. It's going straight into Hex. Because as soon as I explain this to them, and I can show them with verifiable data that this is true, what do you think they're going to do? They're not going to ask any other questions. They're going to say, "Where's my MetaMask at, fool? What are you waiting for?"
Yep.
Give me a treasure.
I literally went and did some banking this week, and my banker has seen what's going on, and he's a fan now. I mean, he watches the show. He's the one who talked to you, Wales. I put him on the phone.
Yes, sir.
He was like, I was talking
Shout
to Will.
Shout out to him.
And you got on the phone, man. It was like fanboy instant. He's like, oh my God, that was Wales on your phone. He didn't even know who I was, period. I'm like, do you know who the fuck I am, man? He's like, no, you're not. Oh shit. Who are you? But he's talking about, he's got clients that are like talking about crypto. So he started talking to them about it, and he's passionate about Hex now, because when people in finance find out about this, they're like, their mind is blown. I go in there and he's like, bro, oh my God, I'm so glad you're here. I got so many questions. This is like, tell me, am I right? Is this, I've been listening to Wales and I've been listening to all you guys, and is this real? Oh my God, I can't believe this. And then of course he bought some Hex months back, and he's got clients that have hundreds of thousands of dollars that they want in. Want in, and the biggest hurdle is the onboarding, and they're all learning how to do it with the,
all the tools.
And that's the hard part, but they all want in, man. They all want in. And these guys, and we're talking to some big investors now that when word gets out and people in finance start to hear like Wells, it's going to be fucking game over, man.
It's going to be a frenzy, man. It's going to be a frenzy. I mean, Funding Jim knows all of these caliber of people. He can speak to it better than me because I've only been dealing with him for 10 years. He's been dealing with them for much longer. So he's going to know them much better than me. And they are going to appreciate the simple consistency that Hex is going to provide. No questions asked, no geopolitics, no government intervention, no nothing. Everybody can just go fuck off.
Yep.
And make money however they want.
And you know what's even better now that I've gotten myself into a tax situation, I've been talking to professionals. And these professionals are seeing this and going, holy shit. Holy shit. And they're taking traditional products and merging them into crypto now with their galaxy brains and going, oh shit, look what we can do. Look at what we can do here. I mean, I've got to fly out to Georgia to go talk to some people about, what our next step is with, merging our Hex gains into, some traditional products. And they're amazed. They are blown the freaking hell away by what this is really all about. So it's starting to happen. And once this financial world sees what Hex is, it's going to start incorporating it into all of these real products that are out there. And it's going to turn it into a beast, man. I mean, it is going to be a beast.
The t-shirts.
I told you, Wales, earlier on the other stream with Crypto Cabana. I was going to buy 5 t-shirts for the fun of it.
Yeah, that's right.
So, yeah.
It's just hard not to. Yeah, it's hard not to.
I can't buy my t-shirts. I looked at the math. I'm like, how the hell is this even possible?
Yeah, it's crazy.
How
yeah.
is this possible? I can't believe the value of the T-shares. It's, I mean, no, I can believe it because we said it was going to happen. It's surreal when you look at the damn number itself and you go, holy moly, it's over $5,000 per T-share. And we were talking about it happening, and we're talking about $50,000 T-shares. And guess what? It will happen.
It will happen, and they'll get the B shares, and people will be grateful to have a B share.
Yeah,
There
it's
will
crazy,
be $50,000 T-shares.
Wow. It's crazy. It's pretty surreal to just sit here and think about that. I mean, I remember when I called $10,000 T-share, it was like $1,300 a T-share, and here we are, halfway there.
Halfway there. Hey, Bree, where you at? Where you at, Bree? I'm ready for my shot, man. I'm ready for my shot. Come on.
What you working with over there, RG?
So I've been on these nootropics, man, to try and get my head right and shit.
Doing those hard.
And man, let's put this up here. Hold on a second. MT Coiner just dropped us a 10 spot.
MT Coiner, he's here in Montana.
It just occurred to me that RH is more capable of being Satoshi and hiding it all this time. Smart as hell. Hates fake Satoshi. Made a better Bitcoin. Just food for that. You know, I mean, me and Hexo talk about it often. We're like, he's freaking Satoshi, man.
Let me give a shout out to
probably said he's not, but yeah.
He said he's not.
He's here in Montana, so he's in Livingston. He's only like an hour away. We're trying to set up a meetup with Chloe and some other people for a month.
Maybe one summer for like a weekend, I'll come out and visit Montana. But
good, bro.
One summer for like a weekend, maybe. Maybe I'll just fly over you, motherfucker. In my private jet, I'm gonna fly over Montana.
Fly over the state, right? hey, Wales only. Just so you know, I'm a 44-year New Yorker. So I moved out there 11 years ago to Montana.
Nice. That must have been a good move, man. You left right on time. Right on time. Straight up. Not much left here, brother.
No, death and taxes, bro. I don't know what you say.
Yeah.
Crab steak is don't burn your brain with that stuff. Well, you think this is like this nootropic stuff is good, man. My brain's doing great.
Better than ever, right?
Better than ever, man. I can do maths and everything, man.
He's got math coming out of his head.
I did. I counted my T-shares and times them by the value and said, "Oh shit, yeah, I did some math, man. I did some math." That's the only math I really got to do just to make me excited. Okay, Bree, I'm doing my shot. Girl. Let's see here. Where is Bree? You there still? Where you at?
Earlier.
I gotta bring this up. My other laptop died, so I gotta find the streamer.
Oh, another 10 spot. Interesting tidbit on share rate. Cost of a T-share in Hex. The cost of T-shares is increasing pretty quickly now. Latest double-digit change was 33.1 on August 27th. This was for a 60-day, 150K stake. Increasing pretty quickly now. Latest double-digit change.
Yeah, I mean, let me make sure I got this correct. I think that when the rate actually changes, that we see it, is when the system has had sufficient enough increases to force a change for us to see it. Is that correct? I think that's the way the system works, because the system recalculates the end stake every time.
It calculates when a new higher ROI. Damn. It doesn't do it daily.
It's when the biggest ROI in the system. Okay.
Yeah. So it's only the biggest. So you could go 100 days and never have a higher ROI.
Right.
Oh, right. We got my man here. Another big brain. Nagabo. Nagabo.
What up?
How you been, my man?
It's been good, man. We don't always one thing about living in Mexico is you don't always have the internet, so I have to do this on my cell phone.
That's all right. That's all right.
Yeah. So man, these all-time highs, man. We've been getting them every day for what, the past 6 days?
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much.
Wait, double.
We have 4x, at least according to Dollar Cost. When he was talking with earlier, he was talking with Robert Kiyosaki, and so he was saying that we have 4x the price in 3 months. Is that correct?
Yeah, I saw that.
I'll tell you right now. In the past 3 months, we have.
Yeah, we have.
What is this? November 3rd, so 6 to 1. Let's see. Where are you?
2x. No.
Let's see.
Yeah. Almost.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. Almost
3x.
Yeah.
Yep. About 4x.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, 4x. So.
Yep. From 5 cents to 28 cents. That's 4.5.
Nice.
Yeah.
I don't know anything else that can do that.
Nope.
There isn't anything else that can do that. There isn't anything.
Okay. So here's all right. I'll give you guys a setup for other markets that can give you these types of moves, but you have to be supremely patient and understand the ebbs and flows of that market. The only time you can find these kinds of explosive moves are in futures markets or stock markets after they've been basically loaded to one side, right? Like we saw with AMC. Yeah. Right, like we saw with lumber, for example. Yeah. Even crude oil kind of did something like that. And what that is you end up seeing what we're hoping to see one day in Hex, which is what Gary was alluding to earlier, was a short side, right? Mm-hmm. A legit short side, which would load the market one way versus the other. And the reason you want to see that is because it's like a beach ball in the water. You can only hold a beach ball down but so long. And eventually it just pops up.
Nice.
So yeah, those are the only other places you're gonna really see that.
And so if this was ever a shortable product, it would be hex settled. That's the big point versus a cash settle like CNE does.
Correct.
Yeah.
That'd be the biggest
difference.
What
Richard's been asking for. He's like, oh, please short it. Like develop a product that will short this market, please. And settle.
Yeah, that would be the quickest existing piece of software in history. That would be used for like a day, and that was it. Like that isn't going far. Imagine that. Wow.
Wait, who's got the car wrecked thing? I think you have it, Wales. The wreck.
No. That was the GIF or the meme. Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah. That's exactly what that's like. Every time you saw Hex, that's exactly what that's like. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Thanks for the what is that? 20 euros? Is that euros or pounds? So that's pounds. So 20 pounds. I don't understand what you're saying here. OA will be so diluted. 46.9% of Hex will be staked in and a 550-day stake year stake will give 7.87 APY, and 20 years 93% will be staked. A 555 will give you 3. I don't know what you're saying, but it doesn't make sense to me.
I have no idea what that's
not even real.
Yeah, it might have to rephrase that, Oswood. But thanks for the pounds there, buddy.
Yeah.
Man, I think he's trying to speak to the future, but the way he wrote it is kind of like it sounds.
I don't understand the percentages. Yeah, they don't make sense because 93.8% will not be staked.
Yeah, that's not possible because 17% was sacrificed.
You'll see a rise in the percentage. It depends on like the virality. So as you have virality, you'll have a surge of people that say staking, and then you'll see people that fall out of the staking class to realize or lose their T-share rate, and so you'll see oscillation in the staker class as a population that stakes as we go forward over the next 15 years.
Yeah,
that's increasing every day too.
Gary, imagine if we see like it going from 15 to 18% stakes before institutional, hedge funds, those type of things get in. It's just, God.
It's the price performance plus the APY. I mean, that's the thing. You don't have that anymore.
anywhere else. That's a differentiator. That's right. That's the exact differentiator.
Yeah. Once you buy and you don't sell, I mean,
that's it. That's the key. That's literally the key. Hex is designed to double ever so often. If you understand that, you're golden. That's the hardest thing for people to wrap their heads around.
Wales, I got to say this for the Montana Hexicans out here: the cake is baked.
That's right.
That's my saying. Is like, I'm in the shop and I'm like, bro,
that's right.
The cake is baked. I'm like, it's done. I mean, like,
you
get double. I mean, pulse chain double. I mean, pulse chain sacrifice. Boom. I'm like, it's baked. We're done.
Maybe Wales or anybody that deals with stock, because the people I'm talking to also, they deal with stock often, and so they're not savvy really with crypto at all. Right. If I say something like the word forked, they really don't relate what that means. If I say airdrop, they don't know what that means. And so the closest thing that they put in there as a hope to explain it is stock split, but that's not what this is. Can you maybe cleanly say the difference between splitting a stock and what's going to happen with Pulse Chain with regards to that?
So this is how I would explain it. I would explain it as a stock split, except for the fact that what's happening is that exchange is splitting, not the actual stock. Right? That's the best way to explain it, because that's actually what's happening. Right? You're getting a replication of one exchange elsewhere, because that's really what it is. Because even stock exchanges are electronic nowadays. Even the where people think they own that stock, they don't own that. The DTCC actually owns it. They own a claim on that claim. So they own a derivative. They own an IOU of an IOU. And they don't even, most people don't even know that, right? That's how the stock market actually works. But so that's like the best way to explain it, because that's kind of the closest way to relate it, right? Because you're still going to get additional copies of all of the stocks, quote unquote, that exist on Ethereum over on Pulse. So it's basically the same thing, right? And I think that probably the easiest way for you to explain that to them, to kind of get them motivated enough to want to participate. Because even for me, right, I left crypto back in 2017, 2018, because once I saw what CNBC was doing, I knew that was the top. So I just let it be, because that was just like out of control to me. Because they literally did a tutorial on how to walk people through on how to buy Ripple. It was crazy. Knowing full and well that billions are dumped on people's heads every month. It was crazy to me. So at that point, I was just disgusted with the crypto space, and I just left it. And I only came back because of Hex. Otherwise, I would have never looked back. And it's only because of how it is. So ultimately, other finance people are going to find this. And the word is going to spread, and eventually the word is going to get out, but it's going to take time. You know how Wall Street is. You know how Wall Street is, Gary. They'll talk about it, but it'll be in closed rooms for a long time before it actually steps out. So that's what you just have to remember. And a lot of like, for example, the guy I told us about I onboarded at work, like, he was blown away. Right, like I explained it to him. He's gonna confirm stuff this weekend, but he's blown away. If he confirms that what I'm saying is true, what do you think he's gonna do? The same thing that you did, Gary. He's gonna take all his lying around fiat, park it right over here, and what he's gonna end up realizing is there's nowhere to put money besides here, because it's just the most efficient way to just get capital returned to you.
Yeah, absolutely. So is there anything that's on the Ethereum network that's more valuable per unit than Ethereum? Is that what this question is trying to say?
Yeah. He says it shouldn't Pulse be more expensive than Hex because of unit bias, so you don't pay more of a thing to receive less of a thing. Like most tokens cost less than ETH because of the network should be more expensive due to unit bias.
But we're going to have trillions of units of Pulse.
Yeah.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah, I don't know.
Throwing
stuff at the wall and see if it sticks. I don't know.
The unit bias is there to keep the transactions feasibly low, because as the coin travels through time, it's 0% inflation. So that means that what is going to exist is all that's going to exist. So I think that's the most important thing to understand. I would advise people not compare it to Ethereum at all, because you're gonna get blindsided by trying to compare something good to something shitty.
Yeah.
Just take my notes from all the Hex stuff. Don't make those mistakes that everybody was making with Hex in the early days. Don't do it. Don't try to compare Pulse to anything else. It's not anything else. So just don't do that, because it's not going to work out.
It's a brand new system.
Yeah.
And Hex is going to be operating on it. So again, it's something new that's never been done before on something new that's never been done before.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to be making history once again. And we're going to watch it unfold, and we're going to see where it goes. And I can only see Pulse enhancing Hex. So guess what? Things are going to get better than they have been already. That's fucking amazing.
I mean, it's crazy.
It's crazy.
I forget that we're gonna get 2 copies of these T-shirts. I forget it. It's so crazy, right? I mean, it's crazy, man.
Woo!
Yeah.
Jackpot, exactly. Right, Naga?
Yeah.
Jackpot.
So not for the reason of pump, but can you explain cleanly if someone's going to put money in, the choice of, and the psychology of the marketplaces and this graph that goes through all these different you've seen this a bunch of times play out. And so the idea of putting money into the system before Pulse Chain or after Pulse Chain, because there's people that are trying to speculate and say it should be after because there'll be a dump of one product on one network versus another. And there's people that have this narrative in their head versus the copying, that you're getting 2-for-1 deal, it seems like to me, of going now. Like if I can participate now, I'm going now, but that's my buy. Can you explain something that makes logical sense and also from experience?
Yeah. Well, one thing I will say is I think if you've been around crypto long enough, you know better than to wait until after a fork or anything like that happens. Because if you wait, you missed it. That's it. Even if there is a dump thereafter, you miss the opportunity to participate at the value that's going to be the lowest possible ever. Because the fact of the matter is that if you get in after launch, you're buying somebody else's bag, period. Same thing when it's an IPO, same thing when it's an ICO, same thing all the time, right? Even if you're talking about a private deal, right? Even a private placement, you're buying somebody else's bag. Some VC, somebody that I got in there at zero, got their bag before you. So if you're not participating when it's the moment to participate, i.e. you're not being an early adopter, you're going to lose. That's just the name of the game. Early adopters get rewarded. Look at all those people that bought those coin shares in Coinbase. I don't even know what they're trading at now, but needless to say, they're not making money on those after day one. They're not. You know how many people bought $400 shares of coin? I mean, it's crazy.
Yep.
It's honestly crazy, and that's what passes as feasible and sensible on the legacy side, right? And this is what people have to understand. This is why I talk how I do. I'm very adamant. I'm very intentional with the things that I say. I know exactly what I'm saying. I'm not confused at all. So the things that they do over there, they're deliberate. They're not doing it by mistake. So if you're sitting over here waiting, you're waiting to just get sold to by somebody that understood better than you. That's all. And that applies to everybody. Doesn't matter how much money they got. That's irrelevant. So this whole idea of people waiting for the price to become higher so that they can play with liquidity, that's bullshit. They just don't know what the fuck they're talking about. That's a fact. Right? Because if you're not going to wait. You think Warren Buffett waited for fucking Coca-Cola to be $20 a share in 1980, whatever? No, he bought that shit in 1965. He didn't wait, right? So what excuses do people really have? Like, they're just making up excuses, man. And that's the fact of the matter. And it's just like RG said, right? All of these fool rules are now acquiescing to the fact that they fucked up, and then they're even doing that wrong. So who cares what they have to say, right? And just look at the chart. even something like Berkshire Hathaway, right? And I'm sure Gary's familiar with that. That's a big 6-figure stock. It's made millions of people rich because they bought it at cents early in the day, a few bucks, and they just DCA'd in all throughout time, right? And look at them now. I mean, what's Berkshire Hathaway? It was just one of the highest dividend paying stocks, and it had one of the best direct reinvestment programs and all this stuff. And Hex is not different than that. In fact, it's not different. It's better. And I know you were going to say that. Yeah, I mean, it's better.
It is. It is. I literally have family members that are family members of the Berkshire Hathaway Warren Buffett family, and they're absolutely ridiculously stupid rich. They, invest in the beginning of it and all that. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing odd about that. It happens, and it's happening again right now.
Correct.
And it's just in a different light. It's in a new product. Hex is doing what Berkshire Hathaway did to the stock market and to stock trading. Hex is doing to crypto and to currencies. That's what's happening. We are seeing the formation of something great. It really is a product that is going to change finance, just like Berkshire Hathaway helped to change the stock market and how people invest. Hex is going to do that to crypto.
That's a great way
and
of putting it.
all of finance. Actually, it's the next great thing.
Have you guys ever seen their little expos or whatever, their little annual meetings?
You mean for the Berkshire Hathaway?
Yeah, for Berkshire Hathaway. Have you guys ever seen like the videos? If you haven't, YouTube it, watch it. It's gonna look familiar.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it. You know what I'm talking about, RG.
Yeah, it is. And like, so for instance, the people that I know that are related to my wife's family, they're just normal folks, one of them worked for a damn tire company, and his wife was, related to Mr. Buffett, and they got in, and now they're absolutely stinking. Don't have to ever worry about anything ever in their lives again. It happens. And when good products come to market and people get involved in them early, that's what happened.
They win.
And they win. And think about it. The people got in Berkshire. How long has Berkshire Hathaway been around for? 30 years?
70 years.
Oh, it's been that long?
Yeah, since the 50s, or 60s, something like that. Yeah. They've been around for, I think they maybe been public since the 70s, if that's what you mean.
Yeah. I mean, he actually put all of the actual product of the Berkshire Hathaway share, though. Wasn't that all brought together?
I'll tell you right now.
In the 80s or something?
I'll tell you right now when they went public.
Someone in the chat says 67.
67.
Okay. There you go.
So either way, but those people that got in early in the beginning for years. Now, just think about it. If you bought Berkshire Hathaway just 15 years ago, you still made a load of money. You invested wisely by doing so. So we are so early in this product in Hex that it's mind-boggling. Those of you who are sitting here that are getting into Hex right now, this the potential of what's going to happen here, it's going to blow Bitcoin and Ethereum out of the water when it comes to price. It has to.
Yeah.
There is. Crypto hasn't gone viral yet. It's starting to. I think its next run is going to make it viral, and I think Hex is going to do that, to be completely honest. But when Hex goes viral and crypto goes viral, it's game on. It's going to change. It's going to change things forever.
Richard coined this term of a truth engine, and the locking mechanism. The inflation paid to the stakers. You could have done well by speculating into Berkshire Hathaway, but you might not have held on to that high performing product as you hit 5x, 10x, 100x, 1000x, right? You might not have held on to it because that is force of will instead of force of contract.
Well, there we go. We just had another wick over 29 cents, guys.
That's the difference in this, I'm really excited over participating.
29 cents.
Well, mag up with that one, huh?
Woke him up. Woke him up. Put a shot to his ass.
Got him walking around and everything.
It didn't quite hit 29 cents that week, but it popped up there. That's for sure.
I'm looking at this Berkshire Hathaway chart, and this is probably the closest stock chart that reminds me of Hex.
Yes.
Yeah, because it just goes up. That's it. It doesn't really go down. Because again, nobody sells it for what?
You don't sell it, and the way, and see that's the thing that Hexicans, early adopters, the people with these bags sitting here now in the chat room, the way that you spend your money and how you spend it is going to be important.
It's everything.
How you live your life from here on is going to be important. What products you use out there to actually turn it into dirty fiat and spend it, until crypto is accepted around the world and all that kind of good stuff, is important. So those are the types of things that Hexicans need to be learning about, is how are you going to spend your money, hedge yourself, and do all those things, and keep a hold of your T-shares and your Hex without having to spend it. And that's gonna be what's important, because we've learned and we've learned that the people that held Bitcoin and didn't sell it to have a lifestyle are the ones that have won.
Correct.
Because they bought it or mined it or whatever at pennies and fractions of pennies and all that kind of stuff. And if they held it to today, they're sitting on fortunes that are paying them without even having to spend.
Check this out. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I just got because I saw this headline and it reminds me of it, and I just remembered it because of what you just said. And the headline was, I think somebody tried to kidnap somebody for like 23 Bitcoin. 23. Not even 3 digits. That's crazy. And we're out here acting like 20 hex is trash, right? Like we disrespect double-digit hex and triple-digit hex. Let's be honest, right? We really walk around disrespecting it. We do. I mean, we talk about all the time about how people were tipping 10,000 hex in the Telegram chats back in the day.
It was a closed system, though. I was paying 50,000 to do a thumbnail.
Thank you, Weatherman, for the 25 cents or 5 cents in Canadian, whatever that is. I don't know.
Canadian dollars. Yeah.
I'm just busting on you, my Canada brother. I'm just
to give you guys an idea. One of my Hexicans here in Montana, just an idea. He tipped hexologists back in the day. He couldn't get off a wallet, so he did it in some tip fashion. There's something set up, but he tipped him 8,000 hex. So, just gave him it to him as a tip. So I did the calculations this afternoon, and that's like $2,240. Yeah. We're like, good tip, bro.
Yeah. Very, very early on, before I learned enough to make my own thumbnails, I paid 50,000 to hexologists. It was like
it was 1,003 cents.
Yeah. And I was equating it to saying, "Here, I'll give you $50," but that's not $50 now.
No, it's not. That's insane. But that just goes to show, right? I mean, that's the power of actual money, and that is, I think, the biggest lesson that we don't have in this life that we've lived as humans, because we don't actually know, right? Like, this is the first time we're really coming across it, and that's why we're all like floored, right? I mean, I know I am. This is crazy.
The amount of money we gave away on Big Payday is now almost equal to $2 million. It's $1.8 million we gave away in one night from Ski Cat. The man donated $2 million in one night.
That's incredible, man. I mean, that guy set the damn tone, didn't he? He set the tone for the way the community just acts. Because everybody just comes here and just gives whatever they can give. That's incredible.
You know what's funny, Wales, is in the early days in the chat room, in the Hex.com chat room, like literally everybody was tipping each other hundreds, thousands, hundreds of thousands. I seen 200,000 Hex tip go one time. There was I saw a 200,000 Hex tip one time just for somebody saying something cool. And it was
That's
like,
crazy.
oh, that was cool. And I mean,
go.
what's 200,000 right now? What is it?
Oh man, no, that's a lot of money. That's like 50 grand, or if
It's
not
56 grand, man. That's 56 grand.
Well, even Cookie Girl, I think she got $2.5 million that she staked 15 years. She sold.
Yeah.
Oh my!
She just secured her future.
I hope she left some liquid. Damn, that's a lot of hex.
Well, her liquid she spent on like making her studio and things like that.
Yep,
I
she
mean,
built her studio.
Okay,
at the
good for
time
her.
it was $10,000 that she was gifted, but now it's millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean that was months ago. That was at least 6 months ago. No.
Yeah, I remember it was $10,000 at the time.
Yeah, that was. Yeah,
right now it's like $750,000.
Yeah, it's 28x at least since then. I think hex was around a penny at the time, maybe.
Yep.
Hey, I gotta ask Gary a question. It's a car question.
Oh, good. I like cars.
Oh, let's change gears. Let's bring the show to a screeching halt and switch it off into gears here. Okay.
Maserati.
Yeah.
What do you think?
What about Maserati? You like them?
Garbage.
I love them. I've loved them for 15 years. Never owned one.
The new ones, man. I just don't like the new ones. I just think
I don't like the.
I like the 2018s. That's what I like. I like the style. Just curious thought. Sorry for switching gears, guys.
That's all right, because I can talk cars, man.
Oh, good. We can talk cars. Yeah,
we can talk
The
cars.
Maserati of the 80s is the last time I really looked at them, and it was poster cars and things like that. But I've always been an American late 50s, early 60s guy.
Yeah, I have a good guy who works on foreign imports and stuff like that, and I was talking to him today about it, about trading up my Mercedes and just like, and I'm willing to wait 6 to 8 months, but just wanted to see your thoughts on it. I know you do.
Well, at my very peak, as far as a stable, I had 12 cars in the parking lot. So to speak.
Yeah, I know. I had four cars,
late 50s, early 60s.
6 months ago, and I was like, I had to sell 2 of them. I'm like, I got to get rid of a couple cars.
Yeah, I don't know enough about foreign until recently.
Okay.
I just lease them. I don't really buy anything new. No.
Yeah, you should never buy anything new. Yeah.
No. If you run a business, you should lease everything.
Thanks for the 55 bucks there, Paladin.
Okay. Yeah.
So I been starting to take care of some business around here. My Hex Flex is painting the house and doing. I got a garage floor. I put the epoxy down. I thought that was really Hex Flexing myself.
Yeah, you said it was great.
And,
Physically,
I didn't do it. I hired some guy to do it. I don't work anymore. I'm done with that.
Yeah, right.
So I hired the security company to come I got the cameras in the house now, and the whole alarm system and all that, put in. So that was my Hex Flex.
Nice.
Bought a couple of new security systems for my safe, so I asked my wife, I said, hey, one of the things I want to do for you is, because she drives this Denali. It's not a bad car. It's a great car. It's got a Vortec engine and all that kind of stuff. It's a big family car. But I said, what do you want, a new car? I'll get you a new family car, whatever you want. So whatever, go ahead. The Volvo, all this other stuff out there. And Hexo's wife goes out and gets that. They go get that Ford ST Explorer or whatever. And she likes it, so she's getting the Ford Explorer ST. It's definitely not soccer mom. It's freaking, slammed down, big wheels, freaking disc brakes, the whole blackout package and shit. It's kind of, it's nice.
Not going to go to West Coast Customs? Go to West Coast Customs.
No. That's my car's going to West Coast Customs. She's getting the shit straight from the dealership. Yeah.
And that's it.
That's it. I ain't sending her shit.
West Coast.
Yeah, she don't know what's under the hood anyway, so it doesn't matter. No, my shit's going there. But I did finally, I've got my bus in the shop, and that's getting reworked. We're gonna make that a Hex bus. So you saw it, Gary. You saw my bus.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, so we're putting that in the the shop and getting the show paint on it and all that stuff and putting airbags on it all around. And it's going to be nice. It's going to be nice.
Love it. Nice.
Yep. So let's see. Bree said,
"Sure, you join your credit union so you can get a good rate. You don't finance that shit. Finance it. I'm telling you, keep your capital. Keep it working for you."
Yep.
Use the system. Use the system while it's there. That's for sure.
Just leverage it.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of good deals out there right now too. A lot of good deals on stuff.
Well, the cool thing is,
even though it's expensive.
Yeah, just idea. Used car prices this year are up 33%.
Yeah, like that's the thing. I got this old Denali. It was worth less, 8 months ago than it is now. This thing's worth like everybody wants it because it's got that Vortec in it. Everybody wants that
Vortec engine. I work automotive, so.
Yeah, man, that Denali, we love that thing, man. It's it's the big Denali. It's an older one, but man, that thing runs like a champ. I mean, it's a gas hog like a bitch, but man,
it works.
It's comfy, and that thing will never let you down, man. We've gone all over the country in that thing.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the supply of goods in the marketplace is shrinking.
So that is true. That is true.
Whether sold out Rolexes or cars, or
especially with all these weather disasters, right? These natural events.
Oh, that too, man. Jeez.
Natural disasters, excuse me.
Yeah.
So I thought the last time I went fishing, now I'm starting to go fishing on Mondays. So I got on the boat this last Monday, and I'm coming into port. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna count these ships. I couldn't count them. There's like 35 ships I counted. 35 of them in the Port of Long Beach.
Just
sitting all over the place. I mean, that is crazy. And I'm talking engines full to the brim with freaking, sea containers. Yeah. Just loaded. And those things ain't cheap sitting out there, man. Those are little floating cities. It costs a lot of money to run and keep afloat, And man, and it's the trucking. They can't get the truck drivers to haul this stuff around. There's not enough truck drivers out there, and it's crazy. It's just crazy. Everything's getting backed up.
It's interesting because there's definitely enough bodies to drive the stuff around, but apparently not enough truckers. I find that hard to believe.
No,
yeah,
you're still getting sponsored, and again, you're paying people an incentive not to be in the workforce.
Yeah, and that's about to end here really, really soon. And we'll see what happens after that. We'll see.
Let me ask though, don't truckers make more than they would if they were in the system? I don't know. I don't actually know.
Truckers don't do good, man.
It's not good? Okay. I guess as if they own their own truck that they do okay.
Yeah.
Well, you got to work your ass off to make it okay. You know what I mean? You literally have to. You have to
drive hours and hours a week, like 60.
You got to keep that damn truck running all the time in order to make that money. And then there's certain types of cargo. Like you're also paid on the value of your cargo. So if you haul plastic bottles for water, you're getting paid less than a guy who's hauling $1 million piece of machinery, right?
Sure.
So there's that. There's cargo differences, and then there's also how long that sucker stays on the road. Whether you're doing over the road, like state coast to coast, or if you're doing local haul. So there's a lot of different nuances in how those guys get paid. And most of the regular drivers are local guys, so they don't make a lot of money, because they're just hauling potato chips and water bottles
around the way.
And and car parts and things like that. But the big dollar guys, the older guys that are fewer and farther between now, because there's not a lot of experienced truck drivers out there anymore. They've all kind of started to go the wayside. And then we've got a lot of foreign truck drivers coming into the market. Like you go to a truck stop and it used to be, Chet and Jed, with their freaking overalls on, getting out their trucks. No. Now it's Habib and freaking some freaking Nagamenamov guy. I mean, it's like Russians and Indians, and they're all over trucking. So they've all come over here and taken over a lot of the trucking jobs. And nothing wrong with that, whatever, but it's not the same type of people. I mean, I was out there in the machinery world, load machinery, and And these guys, you get off the truck, they're geared down, ready to go, jumping on the truck, steel toe boots and stuff, because you're dropping heavy shit on their truck and shit. Well, freaking this guy comes out in all white garb and, a pair of fucking sandals on, and he's climbing around the truck. What the fuck are you doing, man? It's a different world.
Yeah. That must have
or else you're sitting there with some guy and he's like, hey, how you doing? I must bum smoke. Hey,
right.
This freaking Russian dude, like, dude, where are you from, man? Russia, hey, that. And I'm like, what the hell, man? And a lot of the old truckers are gone. So a lot of the experience of the U.S. roads and the U.S. systems and all that is kind of like going to the wayside, non-existent anymore. So you've got a different style of truck driver out there. So now the costs of these people or the fees that you're paying, it has gone down. So the quality of truck drivers has gone down, and not because not because they're foreign or whatever. They just don't know the system. They just haven't operated the way that U.S. truck drivers have operated. These guys are like freaking used to just cowboying it and doing whatever they want.
So I can share stories because I was overseas for a long time, and when you're overseas, everything that happens outside of the camps, it happens on the roads. So you see how people drive. And it's exactly how you say, it's most of these countries they're not like the U.S.
No.
When you're talking about people coming from places like Russia or even India, right? There's just no rules. Same thing as my country. Like, there's just no rules. People just do whatever they want on the road, and that's just what it is. So they get here, and it's a whole new dynamic, and they have to get acclimated to that. And that's just the nature of the beast, even if they are driving a big old truck. That doesn't mean anything,
Yep. Hey, Maddie Crypto, hit up Bree in the chat room. Bree has a link for you to go to if you want to get some of this nootropic stuff. This stuff is freaking bomb, man. It's the type of energy you get from it, man.
Better than gas station pills, right?
Hey, what's up, Connections? How you doing, buddy? Yeah, definitely better than. Well,
what's up, gentlemen?
Gas station pills are just different, man. They're just different. They're different. It's a different kind of energy. I'm gonna call it. I'm not gonna call it what I
still gonna rock with it, right?
Yeah. I'm not gonna knock my gas station pills. That's for sure. But this stuff's a different level right here. This shit is like, man, you're just chill. You're just chill energy, man. It's like, I don't know. It's good stuff, man. I love that shit. Don't do 3. 2, you're on one, but 3, you're getting ready to call the doctor, man. You don't want to be messing with 3 of these things.
3 of these is like mescaline trip or what?
3 is like you're gonna need some Narcan or some shit like that to wake you up later, man, because this shit. But 2 is you're on, man. You're on one at 2, but 1 is good, chill. 2, you're on. 3, you can call a doctor.
Might have issues.
Might have issues.
Oh man.
Oh man. Hey, one other little thing I got here. I'm gonna turn my lights down outside. Hold on a second. I got lights on my phone now. Isn't that cool? My lighting in my house and shit. That's cool stuff. I can mess with people and just change the lights in the house now on my phone. That's cool.
They won't even know what happened.
So I'm sitting in the living room, drinking my coffee. My wife gets up, and she's one of those people that don't wake up real good. She's like, half out the whole time. So she goes over to the coffee machine, and she's like, "What's up with this light?" Because I had it like a different color. It was kind of like a little red, a little tinge, and I said, I put the new light in the house. She goes, how do you make it do that? I said, you just talk to it, right? And so she started talking to the light, and I'm changing it from my phone what color she's asking. And she's like, turn purple. And I'm turning that shit purple. And she's like, this is cool. So she was talking to the lights, thinking that she was changing them. That was fun. That was good fun coffee morning.
Gone.
Hey, Crypto Ewok wants you to stop dumping the price over there, Captain. Stop taking profits.
Stop buying them drinks and them energy
Yeah,
shots.
exactly right.
How about energy drinks? I got some
quality
lighting for my
drinks.
house. I got a new garage floor, and Mama's gonna get a Ford Explorer. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yo, Hex is crazy.
I'll tell you what. My dump didn't even wick, man.
Yo, what day? I think it was yesterday morning. I can't remember when it was. We got a big old like 1.5 million hex dump or some crazy size order. I can't remember what it was, but it didn't even flinch the price. It was like at 25 cents or something. It just kept going. Didn't even matter.
Yeah, the fudsters out there that say that there's no liquidity, there's no way you can cash out. They obviously don't own any hex because it is real easy to get out of hex if you want to.
Hey, yo. Look,
That's okay. If it just stays like this where you can't get out, I'll be happy. That's fine.
Look,
I'll be happy with it.
If there's one thing I know for a fact is that Hex has constant demand, and we see it every single. All you gotta do is go to a 15-minute chart.
Yep,
you'll see it. You'll see it right there.
Those wicks always get eaten up.
Always, ain't that right?
Boom.
Don't gotta be a TA specialist to know that one.
Nope. You see that thing wick down, boom, back up. It's like, huh? That one didn't work.
Yes, sir.
That one didn't work.
Nope. Those are just like claymore mines that never go off.
Yep.
And you know what, Wells? Even big dumps, even like a few million cell it goes down, boom, 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 and then it's like, oh shit, we lost like 3 pennies, whoa! And then all of a sudden, within the next 3 hours, it's like,
it's like people are sitting there watching a liquidity pool, just waiting for a small wick. If I just get just a little bit more hex for that, if I can get just 2 extra hex for that same amount of money I'm putting in,
I'm like that. Hey, you gotta realize
patience pays, brother.
Yeah, well, that's number one. But you gotta realize we see the price of Bitcoin now. I'm counting all my hex. I'm not playing any games. I didn't get in day one like you guys, so I gotta play. I gotta play hardball.
Captain didn't get in day one. He claims it was because he's smart and listened to Richard, but I got in. I put 0.1 ETH.
No, I fell asleep.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I fell asleep.
I was waiting for the launch, and then I fell asleep for like about 2 weeks, and I was like, oh shit, I forgot my hex. And I go in there, and I was like, oh, it launched. Oh shit, I'm glad I went to sleep. Look at that motherfucker did. And then, got that big dump, and I was like, I'm happy, man. I was getting all that. Me and Hexo were catching million hex buys on 1 ETH. And those were $80 ETHs we were buying back then.
It was $80. It was $76 the day, the lowest day. Yeah,
for it, and we were getting. I mean, the biggest day was a 1.8. I didn't get the 1.8 day, but I did get over 1 million for 1 ETH.
I wish I would have put a full ETH in that day because I did hit that day.
Yeah. I mean, I hit some other really good days, but that one was the best. But boy, man, it was like I was like waiting, just like Wales talking. I was waiting. Oh, when it hits 1 million, I'm gonna buy some. I'm gonna buy some at 1 million, And then, oh man, it didn't go to 1 million. I'll wait and some more. Like, man, should have just been buying the shit out of it, no matter what it was.
I remember the chat rooms. Everyone was excited. Oh, if it just stays to only 300 ETH in the adoption amplifier every day for the next month, we're gonna. I'll get paid next month, and then we'll be good to go. I can buy another 1 million hex or whatever. Boom, that did not last long. February hit and it doubled price, and then March hit and it doubled price. And it was like, man,
I'm getting all in.
Never mind.
That was it. I think my last buy in the early days was like 600,000-700,000 hex, and I was like, that's it. I'm not fucking around no more. Boom,
I'm out.
Oh yeah,
be off.
$1,000 for 700 is too much.
What's day one, 43,000 or something like that per ETH?
What's that?
Day one on the very first opening day, 20,000 ETH that went in. I think
21,000.
43,000 or something like that per ETH. Is that right? Someone looked?
Something like that.
One of AA.
I don't remember, but I remember it was 21,000 ETH, 21,600, and it was like And then there was the first trade.
Let me look it up.
It would have been whatever the number of ETH deposited divided by the hex, or the hex divided by the ETH.
Yeah.
Well, there was $1 billion that day instead of $500 million.
It's in the.
Okay.
Is it the?
I think it still says on the front page, doesn't it?
It says, right? No.
It's on go.hex.com. It's on there. I know that. You just gotta flip the days to get to the data instead of scrolling all the way down, because you can sort by the days.
I don't have a wallet attached to this computer, but yeah, it was. And then there was like the first. Someone had sold like one hex on like Bitmart or something at the time, and it was like 10 cents or something like that. And we were like, what? Hex is worth 10 cents? And it was like, no, only one hex was sold for 10 cents.
Okay.
So
I don't know what the first day was. I forgot. Was it December 19th? I think it was the first, or 9th or something like that. Second, somewhere in there.
The second.
So you have to look at what the ETH price was. Maybe someone can look at what the ETH price was on December 2nd, 2019.
Hold on, I'll do
but
that.
One ETH bought 47,584 hex.
December 2nd.
47,584. 584, and let's say it's 28 cents right now.
So December 2nd, ETH close was 149.69.
So for $149 on the worst day that everybody likes to talk about being a terrible day of the first day, your $49 bought now is worth $13,323.
Incredible.
Yeah.
So much for the worst day, huh?
That's the worst day. That's your terrible performance. I got wrecked day.
I love it. It's a great stat.
But you know, the funny thing is, if you put it into perspective, a year from now, we're going to be like, remember a year ago when we were comparing and we thought it was expensive at 28 cents, and now it's $28. Like, it's going to be something stupid crazy like that too.
Yeah,
it is. Yeah, I'll tell you what, I'm glad to be a part of Pulse launch. Say that much. I don't care if it takes 2 years. I know whenever it does come out, it's going to make up for all that time in a short amount of time.
Yeah, it definitely, I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah,
it's definitely a change.
I dumped my largest stake into the hex sacrifice. So, like,
probably a good move.
So you were the guy that put $14 billion worth of hex.
Yeah,
that
was you.
Don't tell anybody.
Just gave your secret away, man.
Montana. He owns Montana.
So I was talking to DC today before he went on. Before DC went on with Robert Kiyosaki today, I was on the phone call with him, and we were talking about the early days of Hex. And I was like, man, I had 150 grand liquid cash at the beginning of the launch, and I wish I had just dumped. Knowing what I know now, I would dump all of it in.
I got a story for
you. Can't go back, bro.
I know.
Confirmation. I was the same position. I needed confirmation that I didn't think it was going to get an exchange. I thought it'll be interesting grassroots, but it'll just trade amongst each other.
Yeah, well, let's be honest. DS wasn't there. Hexo was the only one doing daily, and Crypto Coffee did like a show a week. So it was like there weren't enough streamers yet for me to have confidence that this is a for sure deal, because everyone else in the crypto space was yelling FUD like nobody's business. The only other person that was given validation was Trevon, and I was like, yeah, I've seen some of the projects that he's been pro on. So
he's so funny. I mean, I like him a lot. Like, I watch his content.
Yeah, he's funny.
He's hilarious, dude. He's a great marketer.
Yeah, he's really good.
Mm-hmm. I think that guy knows how to make money in the crypto space. It's just he's in and out of too many projects for me. I don't have time to watch all of that.
Yeah, I don't have time for that.
Yeah,
give you an idea. I mean, I'm a pretty conservative guy, and I always say this. I've said this with Nerd Girl, with Belt, and then things. I only went in with 25% of like what I could have capitally invested in the Hex, even though I watched Richard develop the coin for a year and a half.
I know.
I mean, and I was very conservative, and and that's the kick in the ass. But so then when Pulse Chain launched, I was like, yeah, fuck it, I'm all in.
I'm not missing that. I'm going big again.
All it takes one time to learn your lesson,
I'm either
right?
going to regret this or it's going to be the best decision I ever made. But I'm not. There's no in between sitting on that fence.
Oh, there was no in between. I mean, because
It's
it was
funny.
easy.
I think I took the same amount of capital that I put in the Hex, and then that's about the same amount I ended up putting in the Pulse. I think it was about near it.
Oh no, I dumped about 890,000% more into Pulse Chain.
Not a bad way to go about it. That's for sure.
So
I'd
it's
say that much.
Was dumb. It's like ridiculous, and that's why we say in Montana, the cake is baked, baby.
Yeah,
the cake is baked.
It is baked. I mean, again, right? That's like the best thing about Hex. You have that security, that consistency is key. I mean, the monotonicity in what's happening day to day, right? And day to day emotions. I mean, that's so important, man, because that is something that investors relish. That security and consistency, right? Money needs that in order to feel comfortable, snug at night. That's why I like treasury. That's why I like treasury bills, right? Notes, bonds, etc., dollars, right? What do you think is going to happen once it realizes that there's an actual security blanket for money out there? Yeah, that's exactly right. Yep. So look, if you still think 28 cents is high for Hex, good luck to you.
But
you heard Funding Jim earlier. I suggest you take notes. That man isn't lying.
Got the right idea. I laugh.
You got to remember, right? Regardless of the cost of the T-share, the system is paying you out just the same.
Yeah.
Again, so if you put money in early, then congrats to you. It might have been $100, might have been $1,000, might have been what you had confidence in when it was no community yet, and it was a great idea. Didn't look at the code because we weren't coders or developers necessarily. So congrats to you. But 4,000x is great, amazing, phenomenal. 10x is pretty awesome too from this point, and that's why I still put money in on a regular basis. Nothing else that can give me 10x, 50x, 100x potential.
Yeah, absolutely.
Has a track history of 3 years. The best development period before it was ever launched. So very cool.
Really relevant to what Tiger said here. If you don't like Hex at 28 cents, you're going to love Hex at $28. This is a heart quote.
I mean, that's great. I don't know if he said that, but that's great.
Yeah, I don't remember him saying that, but I wouldn't put it past him because that's that's some good shit that he would use just to troll all the haters out there.
You know what one of my favorite sayings is, because I've had this happen to me, and you all probably have it happen to you as well, is when people come in and they're like, you talk to friends about it and they're like, oh, I'll just give you, $1,000, $5,000, $10,000, invest it for me.
Yeah, I've had that one.
Beyond the illegal points, right? But I sit there and I say, I'm like, I'm sorry your mother didn't love you. But she fed you. And so now you're a grown adult and you can make your own decisions now. So go and do your own stuff.
Well, they won't value it if you don't have the stress or anxiety or the joy from it, right? You have to value. Climbing Mount Everest by proxy isn't Mount Everest.
Well, I don't have any custodian licenses. I'm not an exchange, a clearinghouse, or a bank, so I'd rather not hold other people's money. Anyway,
I remember Kinetics telling on the stream just 4 days ago or whatever it was. It's like if somebody comes at me, and wants to get invested, it's going to be a cost factor. Yep. Now, I've never, ever charged anybody a dime.
I didn't used to, but it just takes so much freaking time to onboard someone. I want to know that they're serious. Like, you're going to throw $500 in? To go get a Crypto Coffees class for $200 and figure it out. But you're going to throw in some sizable cash, 10 grand or more? Yeah, pay me $1,000. I'll spend the next 5 hours with you figuring it out.
Exactly. Yep. And I'm doing my last meetup. Not this Saturday, but next Saturday. I've got 6 guys from the workspace that are coming out. I'm going to get them all set up, and their MetaMask, their crypto to invest. But then I'm done. I'm over it because I don't have time. No.
I love it. Love to hear that. I love hearing all these Hexicans retire. I'd be bored, so I'm not retiring. I'm just going to retire from the current day job.
Yeah, that's my goal. Yeah, that's the goal.
A man's got to have something to build. So I can't
My
speak
boss-
for women. I'm not one of those, so I don't know what they need. And I haven't figured them out as long as I've been on this earth. And who knows if I ever will. So
nope.
Nope. So all I know is that you have to have something to make your own, to wake up every day to be excited to go do. And I've got plenty of passion projects.
Yep. Yeah. And taking care of money is a full-time job too.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
It can be. Yeah, can be. Unless you have somebody take care of it for you.
Oh boy. Okay.
Has he
Benny,
been drinking?
I'm going to give you one fucking chance, man. You get one fucking chance.
What is that? Is that a lady beer? Do you have a lady beer in your hand?
He has a lady beer in his hand.
Okay.
And I'm going to give him one fucking chance, and I'm going to boot his ass out the fucking door if he's a fucking being an idiot tonight. Here we go. Hey, Benny, how you doing, bud?
The Twitters.
Oh, he's
What
shaking
up,
his
Benny?
fucking head. The
Give
bobblehead
Benny
is on.
Feels good. Feels good to be here live with everybody. I promise I'm going to be a good boy. I promise.
Okay. Well, you're speaking clear and concise, so that's a good sign. That's a good start here. Good start. The weatherman, thank you for the 18 Canadian dollars. Where my super chat at? Well,
It's 13 cents, bro. 13 cents.
All 13 cents of it is right here on the screen.
I've been fucking with him all night. He's been dropping stuff on us all night. So
that's cool. I love it.
Is that
That's
Benny
cool.
Blitz?
I don't know if anyone ever remembers when we got like 50,000 Colombian bolivars or whatever it is.
Pesos.
Is it pesos?
Yeah. Colombian pesos, yeah.
$5.
And it was funny because everyone's like, fuck is it? What's that, like 50 cents? What did he just drop? 50,000 cops on us? Someone dropped the PO on us. The police.
Oh, that was funny. I think it's like $5.
It's like
$5, right?
$10.
It's right now. It's like 3,700
So
COP
what?
to a dollar.
Damn. All right.
Yeah.
So that was a couple bucks. Okay. Not bad.
Hey, Kevin. I love it. I retired because I found this channel 1 year ago. Thank you. Love Friday Hangouts.
It's effing Hangout. Effing Hangout.
It's effing Hangout.
It's not
That's
FH
effing
Hangout.
right.
It's effing Hangout.
That's effing right,
It
Captain.
stands for Friday night hangout.
Yes, Friday night Hangout.
I am so glad that
I
you
can
found
do
us
this
here,
for
Kevin.
the rest of my life.
A lot of people get it wrong. They think it's fucking hangout, but it's actually FN, the letters FN Hangout.
Who would say that? Oh my gosh, my boy.
Oh.
This man has
What
been
is that?
blessing this station.
Yes.
This is a true Hexican right here. He was, I'm telling you, I've said
Wait,
this before.
wait. I gotta stop you for a second there.
Okay.
Just because he's
Far
dropping money on us doesn't make him a true Hexican.
No, he does. And I was just about to tell you the story of why he's a true Hexican.
Okay, let's hear it.
Okay. So back in like before you started and you encouraged me to come on, and before you had Johnny Chaos as a guest, and Coffee was doing a whole 2 videos a week, and Hexa was the only guy out there streaming, me and Far Out Aliens were trolling Hexo's chat from the get-go, from the very, very beginning. I remember Far Out Aliens as one of the first OGs in Hexo's chat. So he is a true OG Hexican.
Nice.
Shout out to Far Out Aliens.
Mhm.
Hell yeah.
Boom.
I'm glad your trolling didn't stop Hexologist's journey.
I think it fueled his fire, honestly.
that was what kind of galvanized the whole community, was all of the trolling, going back and forth with everybody, and
Yep.
in the chat rooms and in the chats and on the streams. I mean, yeah, it was just everybody getting together, bantering one another, and then fighting the FUD. It was the FUD fight that really like brought us all together. It was like, let's go after him.
And I will
came
give Crypto Ewok, he was there too. I'll give him credit. Actually, Crypto Ewok and I go back to some of the slums of 2017. Crypto Ewok and I were in a lot of the same Discord channels back in 2017.
That's
OG
funny.
here too.
I came in later and I saw those early streams, and I went back and watched a lot of those early streams. And you have to go back and watch them to know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I wasn't there at that time. I came in after Big Payday. But yeah, everybody deserves their respect who came in early. Like it takes balls to put some money in on something when it's so early. You got to have some guts, some courage.
You know what's funny? I feel like you didn't need any balls to put money in this. To me, this was literally the easiest trade I've ever made in my life.
Well, now we know.
No. I highly disagree. Like as soon as I found this was easy. Like I promise you, within 30 minutes and me seeing this wick, I was like automatically convinced, because you have to realize people in finance, well, people that understand finance understand what the Holy Grail is. And this is literally the Holy Grail because it's capital appreciation plus high yield. Straightforward.
You don't usually find both in an asset.
You don't find
class.
both. Yeah. You don't find both. So when I found that, right, I had this specific knowledge set that allowed me to see this.
Yeah, but
so
you got to understand, we just came from the bear market, and people were already footing Richard starting his own project, calling him a scammer, even though all he'd ever done.
It's funny. I found all that shit. None of that fazed me, man. I'm sorry.
We were still licking our wounds.
Yes, a lot of us. I lost big in 2017. I've taken profits and I've recovered this year, though. So I hate to be the Hexican that has to tell you guys that I've taken profits this year, but I repaid myself for every fucking dime I lost in 2017. So
I got lucky. Like I came in like at the perfect time. I mean, so my brother got me into Bitcoin, and I bought like 12% of a Bitcoin, and then I found Hex a year later. I found the Joker. Clicked on the Joker stream. Found it, and that was it. And then I started watching Richard Hart videos. I found the right spot.
You got lucky, bro.
Yeah. I really did I got lucky as hell. But and here's the thing, man. I was coming off of my poker career, and I was looking for something to do. I made a couple $1 million at poker, and I was looking for something to do with my time. The poker games were getting really hard. They're really difficult. I had to play overseas.
A lot of competition now, right? Versus back in the day. Yeah.
Correct. It was getting much more difficult. But it wasn't just that. Well, it was getting more difficult, one. And number two, I had to play more with the VPN, and I had to play overseas and stuff. And it was getting difficult.
Yeah, gotcha.
So I was looking for something like this, something with passive income with the stack I've already made.
Yep.
And then I fell into Hex, and
playing online poker is just like trading. You got to be in front of that screen 24/7. You gotta bring that extra Mountain Dew bottle. Bring the full Mountain Dew and the empty one, so you can.
You got to watch your opponents.
Absolutely.
Yeah. If you're at the table, you got to watch them. You got to see what they call with, what they fold with, all that.
The behaviors is all about.
You can't miss anything.
Behaviors.
Yes, Ross. Yes, Ross. We just put it on rerun. We just put it on loop. It's looped.
I love Ross. He's my favorite. One of my favorite Hexicans.
Dude, he's hilarious. He's the troll that's hilarious. Like, fuck you all. I don't care.
Yeah,
and I love it.
I look at his picture, and I hope that's what he looks like. I want to see him on here one day, hopefully.
Yeah, I was just thinking.
Wales, is there some chart that you've already shown? You show so many charts that are so useful, and I'm sure this one could be interesting too. So we hear all the time about 3.69% inflation awarded to stakers. And when we are staking, that doesn't mean that in 2020, 3.69% of more Hex exists, because it gets pushed off into the future. It doesn't come out as inflation until that stake.
Good point. It's a delayed inflation.
Delayed inflation. And then the psychology is, because of the price appreciation, let's say a year goes into the future, 2 years goes into the future. How many cars can you buy? How many houses can you buy? How many planes can you buy, or whatever? So each person, even though the price of the token goes up significantly, doesn't mean that
Gulfstream 2
comes to market. It means that it doesn't mean that 3.69% ever actually comes into the volume of available for sale.
Yep.
Right. That's correct. That's correct. In fact, I do have a chart that shows that, since you happen to mention it. Please give me 1 second.
That would be awesome. Yeah, I'm curious what the real trend line of inflation really is as it's forward.
I don't have a chart showing the trend line of inflation. What I have a chart is showing the actual minted inflation, which is what we actually want to see, because we want to see the hex is actually hitting the market, and it's not a lot of hex, and that's the kind of thing that people need to understand. But what I could do is I could build a chart that shows the inflation that's paid out every day in a stacked form, if that makes sense. Because what we see every day is what the system produces that's annualized, right? Like that 30% digit is actually an annualized rate of the daily payout in percentage terms. So the daily payout is typically like 10 basis points and up. 10.2, 10.4, 11. So what you could do is literally stack those up day over day and see what the actual paid out inflation is in a cumulative percentage, right? But that's the same thing as looking at the hex that's been paid out per T-share, in essence, because that's the same number, it's just in percentage form.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is that even though it's more inflation in the future as hex goes forward another 100 years or whatever, that never actually would come to market because the participants.
That's the chart I'm going to show you. Yeah, that's the chart I'm going to show you right now. Because the chart I'm going to show you is exactly what you're talking about. Because what you see, and I have Big Payday in here, and I should probably shrink it to make it look better, but I'll show it this way for now.
While you're pulling that up, Wales, thanks Forever Strong for the 2 $5 super chats. Yep, everyone's short on workers, man. Nobody wants to work. Everyone's got all that free helicopter money.
Right?
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah. The port, though, I don't know who you were talking to, because the port workers are actually down there. Those guys are all union and highly paid, and I know that they've been stocked up on workers. They just can't get the cargo into port because they don't have the trucks to come in and get them out of there. So they're all stacked up. The freaking containers are stacked to the freaking gills over there at all the ports. So there ain't a damn thing they can do, you know.
I am very insulted right now, Ross Hex.
I've heard that.
Always insulting me, man. Always insulting.
Oh, here we go, Mr. Victim again. Victim. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride.
That's right. But this guy, he's always there. I love it.
There you go.
Spike.
Oh yeah, let me pull that up.
There it is. There it is. Oh, I just love hex charts. Just look so good, man. They just look so good. I've never seen anything in hex look bad. It's just
no coincidence.
Well, my point also is when people are comparing against Bitcoin, Bitcoin's inflation pays down bills and expenses and labor and profit.
What coin?
So the inflation in Bitcoin actually comes from
what coin?
What coin? Bitcoin.
Bitcoin.
Oh man, yeah, but this chart is exactly what Richard is talking about, right? When he's talking about all the inflation that used to get minted at the beginning and how it created the big price pumps, right? This is what we're seeing here, and of inflation is now creating basically a vertical move.
Hold on 1 second, Wells. Before you get into this, let me pump little Mr. Knipples bags here and say that, you know,
pump
one of the
nipples.
I'm gonna milk his little knipples for him. One of the best interviews in hex history, and I gotta pump his bag on this, was with Cynthia McKinney, the PhD Congresswoman. There's going to be a follow-up. You got to check it out. Thanks, Crypto Silver Sailor, our producer, for the 1,000 yen, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And appreciate you, and appreciate all your hard work. And yes, Cynthia McKinney, don't miss the next one. And all right, Wells, head back at it. Was that good enough for you, Nipples?
I appreciate that, man. You just stroked my ego in all the right places tonight. I appreciate that.
Little rub on there and get those things on there.
$9.11.
I feel edified for the rest of the evening.
Right,
We're good.
Thank you,
Now you're
King.
solid, right?
His milk bucket runneth over.
Oh.
Oh, man.
All right, well, back to the chart. Let's talk chart.
Back to
All right,
pumping our bags.
All right.
One of my bags.
So what we're seeing, right, is on the left side of this big spike, which was basically a big payday. This was like 81 billion coins that were minted in that one day, right? So you can see why price had a hard time getting up, right? But once they got rid of all of that inflation and all it had was just this coming out, well, the market had to catch up to that reality. And that's what we're seeing, right? I mean, we're seeing this represented in a number of ways, but I mean, I don't think it's any coincidence that this line being probably 10x flatter than what it was is causing price to elevate in such a way, because it's just not that much hex to go around. And this is a few days old. This is from the 31st. So I don't really know what the number is today. It's probably less.
Well, not to mention that the average stake length is almost 6 years. So
Yeah.
most of the inflation you won't see until at least 6 years from now.
Correct. So
Yep.
that's just another thing, right?
That's
I
my
mean,
point
this-
is-
There's just another thing
That's
on
the
top
big
of
thing.
another
That's
thing
the
on
big
top of
thing.
another thing.
My
It's so
point
beautiful.
also is just like how $1 million will buy less than 4 million hex right now, right? Because it's 28 cents each or whatever the number is. So if it's less than 4 million. In the future, also similarly,
Fucking
when you have
wow.
a stake coming out, you may not need $1 million. You may not need what is coming out as far as a fiat expression. So that inflation would probably be restaked, would probably be, hey, I don't really need this, even though a rung is coming out. Let me roll it over. And so it really is pushing off into the future any of the negative effects of inflation. Like we always hear about it when we're talking about economics, or these, whether it's gold bug, silver bug, macroeconomics commentators, influencers, people that we watch for many years. The harm of inflation and the harm of deflation has been preached. And so I see in Hex the staking element and the incentive alignment to restake versus spend down. And really, if we have a price appreciation per hex, you can only spend so much money. I mean, truthfully, even if we have a hyperinflated marketplace in the future, it's still you don't need that much.
I came to a realization the other day on the shitter,
Good
right?
point.
And
Hey,
I was thinking
thinkers
about
do.
this very subject, and I started thinking about it. And I go, you know what? There is literally going to be inflation that never sees the light of day. It's going to continue to be recycled and will never become liquid and will always be restaking. And inflation will grow on it. And some of it will come out, but some of it will never come. This is what's going to happen in the future. Most of the hex is not going to come out. People are going to just take what they need, get what they want, and it's going to go back in. And that inflation is going to keep recycling into never land, never being touched, just creating more and more security in the network, just going to continue to grow.
It also
and that's why the 15 years, like people talk about 15 years like it's impossible. No, that's what makes 15 years possible. Is that what you just said?
The commitment from the OA has been, at least so far, not to stake and have the grassroots in the community basically benefit from interest from having high APY for staking. And so if you do have this play out where, like RG3 was just saying, that interest never, or that inflation never comes to market and it just gets restaked and pushed out, you may see a tilting to where it is the truth engine, it is the community, it is broader, but it takes the place of the OA over time. We'll see how that happens in 5 years, 10 years, or whatever over time. But right now, as long as the OA is not staking, we are eventually catching up. We are getting closer, to that position somehow. It's just interesting to think about.
Oh yeah. The OA is being diluted.
Yeah, OA is being diluted at the moment. Yeah.
Yep.
I think it's going to continue. It's just going to keep on continuing, And the people who have like a massive amount of T shares right now, they're just in a fantastic position because they're just going to be getting a humongous amount of money every day. I don't think the OA is going to do anything. I think.
Why would it adjust now? Why would it adjust now?
Right.
It's not time for it to adjust.
Exactly.
Until it gets to a point where it looks ridiculous and on a large scale. It's ridiculous now for some people who have large amounts of T shares. It's absolutely fucking ridiculous. But that's only a handful of people when it comes down to it. When it starts to get bigger, it might be able to adjust if it needs to. I don't know if even that's going to be necessary. But I don't think anytime soon there is any reason for it to do so. I think that's what they were talking about earlier in the chat room, was the OA kind of adjusting things for inflation to, slow down or whatever, so that the T shareholders aren't getting, these massive, 35, 40%, returns. I don't think it's going to do anything to change that. Why would it? It's not viral yet.
The people who get in early, are going to get rewarded for it. They're going to get rewarded. Yeah. You're not going to hurt them. They're not going to get hurt for it. That's your reward for getting in early.
Known entity, but it's not a public entity. The public entity are the people that are driving cars, riding on boats. That's where really like people see display of the result of good investing principle.
All right. Here we have the shorter version immediately right after Big Payday. And this is what we want to see. Basically, the lack of inflation coming out of the system, and this is day to day. So this is the actual mentioned inflation from the system, and here you see the biggest points in time and what happened after that. So again, it's just another representation of what we already know. The bigger the inflation, the bigger the price pump immediately thereafter, right? Because now there's less floating around. Now, true demand must exist in order for this to actually be a thing.
I remember us having this discussion before the big payday that wait till this daily hyperinflation ends.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden you're going to have all the same buying pressure, and you're not going to have any of that supply being minted freshly every day.
Here you go.
And it worked so much better than we were like perplexed to how well this was going to work. And look how much better it succeeded like anybody's expectations.
Yep. Just math, baby.
Never thought it would happen this quickly. Never.
No.
In a million years. I was thinking, I set a bunch of stakes way, way far out. I never thought it would happen this fast in a million years.
So we talk about fast in Hex, but I really don't think it's been fast, to be honest, because I've seen a lot of cryptos move fast, with volatility up and down, like penny moves or nothing. These things were moving dollars and 30, 40 cents and boom, 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 boom. And Hex hasn't done that. Hex has been a steady, straight rise, level off, buys and sells, ins and outs, boom, 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 back up and back up and back up, settle down, cool off, boom, 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 back up and back up. I mean, it's been doing something that I haven't seen in the crypto space. Like we watched Dogecoin go, like this nuts crazy,
like 2 cents to 80 cents.
Yeah, I mean, Hex hasn't done something like that, but I'm glad it hasn't, because it's been a steady rise and it's continuing to do so. It's creating a history. It's showing people, hey, this is what it's going to continue to do. This is the math. Like Wales always says, it can't stop doing what it's doing because it's built to do this. And it's a roadmap for everybody to look at. It's a treasure map. It's like, here, this is where it's going. And that imaginary line that we see up to $600 and beyond, that's what's happening. I mean, we're over a year and a half now, and that imaginary line is being followed to a T. So buckle up,
it really
boys.
is being followed. 100%.
Buckle up. Here it comes.
Everything Wales has been saying, for the first couple weeks when Wales came out, I wasn't really quite on board yet. I'll admit that. But then as he kept on continuing, I was like, all right, he might be onto something here. And as it turns out, he kind of had it right the whole time about the math of hex. And a lot of people don't understand the math of hex. And I didn't even understand it.
Because you didn't listen to the fucking pirate from the beginning, you stupid fuck. I was saying the same shit, just with a stupider mind. That's all I was doing.
I was listening. I unstaked some of my very early stakes.
There you go. You listened a little bit. You listened a little.
Threw them out
Hit
there.
that EES button, baby. Hit that EES button.
Boom. Well, only for greater.
Don't be afraid of it, people. Don't ever be afraid of that EES button.
So I want to throw something else into the equation here. I like this T-Gray, E-Hex, Hex, and Pulse. 1, 2, and 3. You know, there's one more thing you guys need to remember. There's going to be a liquidity providing token for this automatic market maker that is going to be created. It's going to be another Richard Hart product too. So I don't want anyone.
Man, my wallet's getting too big. I thought it was allowed to have one coin in my wallet.
So you guys not only accumulating E-Hex right now will put you in a position to get actual Hex on Pulse, and possibly this other coin. Like, there's a play to be made for those who think they missed Hex, that thought they did. Now, by the way, if you think that, you're poorly wrong. You're poorly mistaken. But it's still early. Wait,
Hex at 28 cents. If you bought Hex at 28 cents and it's $600, you did pretty damn good, right?
Yep.
Right? Okay.
You killed it.
Think of it that way.
If you staked,
at the rate,
double crushed it.
At the rate that they're developing, hold on real quick. At the rate that they're developing and how slow my shirts have been taking to get here, the DS Pulse Validator might be here before the shirts.
Genetics, we're never going to get
win shirts. Yeah.
I'm just forever gonna hype. It's a marketing ploy, guys. It's a forever hype. We're never gonna bring it to market. We're taking pre-orders.
It's
now.
gonna happen.
Once they come, bro, I want 4 of them.
Immediately, it's going to be back ordered. You know that it's going to be back ordered right away.
No, it's
everybody's going to buy them.
The captain can verify in the email that they're on the ship. Oh, I gotta figure out. Dude, how we
don't get me involved in this shit.
Get the
show.
Well, you're gonna be the one picking it up. I need to figure out how we can get the bonding, the IS bonding.
What ocean? What ocean? What ship? What part of the world?
Pacific, bro. Pacific. The big one.
I'm sorry, man, but I've seen the ships that are out there. Those things ain't coming in anytime soon, bro. I'm sorry, man. There's like 35 ships in line out there, and there's a lot of fucking containers out there to unload before your little shirts get off. I'm gonna tell you right now, we might not see them motherfuckers till next year. I'll be in Puerto Rico picking them bitches up. You ought to just send them to my.
You'll be surfing to the ship to pick them up.
Yeah, sure. I'll paddle out to the ship and have them drop them overboard. Yeah, just throw them down here, guys. Yeah.
We'll catch them.
Yep, let them float to shore in Puerto Rico, and I could probably freaking swim them over here faster.
A t-shirt per t-shirt, guys. So that's the trade right now. So get your pre-orders in now.
God damn, that's a big expensive ass t-shirt.
I probably could have got away with that 6 months ago, right?
Maybe.
Right? A t-shirt was 60 cents at one point.
That's exactly right.
No, hey, I got my Hex shield coming though. Nice. Seen those Hex shields that El Hexicante was like promoting?
I ordered first day.
You know what's funny?
Yeah, I did too.
Is that literally a handful of change could have bought my T-shares in the beginning of this, and now nobody in my bank could buy my T-shares.
Pretty soon your bank can't.
Look at this chart while you're at it.
Thank you, David Fetter, for the $1.49. It's just a super sticker.
It's
sticker. I don't even know her. All right.
I mean, look, this is 300 days almost of data, right? Like this is 287 days of data.
Are we on what, 641 now?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And this is, I mean, the price of Hex was right below a cent just 170 days ago, like a little less than 6 months ago. 28x.
That soon. Like
5 doubles.
It
4.5 doubles. 4.5 doubles, man. Like
a lot of people forget January. January, like right after New Year's Eve, we were shopping under a penny, at a penny, under a penny, over a penny for like a while, just sideways.
That's it. We're here pretty much.
A lot of people bounced out and they were done. You know, rest in peace.
That was
them,
it.
You know?
That was the
people
end.
bounced out here too. There was some guy on Twitter. I'm never gonna forget it because it was the funniest thing I ever seen. Because I knew then that was it. That was the bottom, and it just so happened that I figured something out mathematically, and it was true. And price hasn't fucking stopped going up ever since. It was hilarious. So shout out to him. Hope he's watching. I know who you are, Bitcoin guy.
I keep hearing more and more people. I sit in Telegram chat a lot more often lately, and I hear more and more people come in and they say I sold millions and millions of Hex at a certain price, and they regret it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
They keep saying how much they regret it. Over and over, same story, same story.
You gotta be really ready to spend any of this because it's never gonna be as good as what
I've sold a little bit, like this much, and I regret it.
I mean, yeah, that's the thing, right? Like, you know, you're gonna have to sell some at some point, assuming the fiat system is still in place, right? So that's all fine and well. The whole question is how do you sell, right? And how do you minimize the loss of your coins? Because if you're taking on slippage, you're taking on losses, and it's that simple.
And the price is like skyrocketing at the same time.
Correct.
It's like, why would you even sell?
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
Again, you sell because you have to. In my mind, I don't understand selling for any other reason. So,
you like you have a gun to your head and you got to pay for something. That's why.
Correct. That's in my mind.
That's the conclusion I'm coming to.
Yeah, that's what it is in my mind. I can't understand any other action. So, I mean, anything else anything else is irrational. So, literally.
Took me a minute to get on board with it. I mean, I'm a decently smart guy, but of course, it took me a minute. It takes a lot of people a minute, you know? It's okay to not get it at first. Yeah. A lot of people are angry because they don't get it at first. Like, it takes a minute sometimes.
I mean, it's funny because this is like the only thing I've ever been so right on. Well, not really, but I mean, in terms of math, yeah. Like, this was the easiest thing for me to figure out because I could take all of these different things that I understood and put them together and just see the big picture. And that's all it is. If you can't put all the pieces to the puzzle together, how markets work, how markets trade.
You kind of nailed it, man. When you came out on the scene, I was a little skeptical at first, but then I realized you were right about it.
Yeah, I mean, it
started going on.
Yeah, it's just math.
That's all. I realized it. You're right.
I was a little cautious when you first came out, Wales. I was like, what he's saying makes sense, but this is super fucking bullish. And before I hang my hat on this information, I got to see how this plays out.
Yeah. I understand because it's like, nah, that can't be that simple, but it is because, you know, at the very base level, you have to understand what this is. And this is just crypto. This is, you know, code and math. That's it. No more. And there's your proof. I mean, it's just as described, right? Low inflation, high price.
So there's an economics audit that proves that the T-share price goes up. It has to only go up. Economics audit proves it with math. And that's what got it for me, is that that's it right there.
Well, that's the secret, man. That's why. That's the only thing that the Hex price is correlated to is the price of T-shares. And even if price doesn't go up, T-shares still go up. The cost of T-shares still go up, which drives the price of Hex up. It's so funny how that works. It's so brilliant. The more I think about it, it's just, I chuckle. I wake up in the middle of the night and I chuckle to myself. And then I roll my back.
Cheating.
You too?
Cheating.
It is cheating. It's
a cheat code. Sure.
It is a cheat code.
Here's a magic chart.
Wales, you have seen, Gary put this in the private chat. You have seen that? Oh man, I sold my Hex.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I seen that one. Yeah, that's a classic.
I've never read the description before. It says the sad story of a man with weak hands that sold his Hex.
I was going to see if we can calculate the value of what he actually sold, because remember, I can't remember the number he sold.
He had 16 million Hex.
Yeah, it was
whatever.
I thought it was more than that. I thought he had like 120 million or something.
I thought it was
a lot of money. 70,000, and he sold it. And he wanted to buy back in. He could try to buy back in higher or something. I can't remember.
Yeah, look, you gotta really think when you're selling this Hex. That's all I got.
Yeah, I gotta say I like Crypto Black Sheep's version of this guy better.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's no music to it, right?
Black Sheep's is badass. I'm sorry.
Let me look for it real quick.
It's funny as hell. I mean, this one's like a sad story, whatever, with the sad music, but Black Sheep's freaking bust on his ass is funny. Did you see that one, Wales?
It's been a while since I've seen it.
The Soul My Hex song?
No, I haven't seen that.
Oh, shit, man. You know who Black Sheep is? Black Sheep put this guy in a meme song, and it's I Sold My Hex, and it's funny as shit, man.
I know who Black Sheep is, but I don't think I'm familiar with this song. That's weird. Damn.
Hang on a minute. I've got it somewhere.
What's up, UFO 42?
Yeah, what's up, dude? How you doing? You know, mute story.
Yeah, he's listening to something.
Sign language.
Hey, UFO.
Yeah,
right. I can't find the crypto.
Yeah, he's good.
I'll find it. Hold on a second. There it is.
Yeah. No, now I'm gone. No, I'm in. I'm not. I'm in. I'm not. Now you can hear me probably. Yes, now I'm in. Thing is, I had the same trouble as everyone, like not with Sony, but other stuff. And
yeah, I just broke them fuckers. I threw them against the wall, man. That was it. I was done with
that's what I saw. I had to catch up, and I was a bit slow today. And I mean, it's like late here always, you know.
That was it.
And thing is, as you just said,
at my wall, though.
Yeah.
Did more damage.
Buy the low and never get out. Buy the dip and stay on the ship. And why am I here again? Like for chilling and chilling. So that's just another day of the FOMO OG me little guy coming in. Day one idiot, whatever. And I had this thought that this monologue that would be really long, but you guys just
here we go.
Too good
Go
today.
ahead. Go ahead.
Here we go.
No, I will not. No, the thing is that I look at these things, and why are all these awesome people, various different people on here? They all have a look on how things are going and cross-check if like all of the other ones out there can still, chill the chill. And it's this diversity of the discourse by like coming on and like being on here live, having checked that shilling, Hex, and Pulse is safe for everyone compared to anything else out there. To just sit back and relax and chill. And I think that's what it's all about, basically. And,
Absolutely, brother.
Yeah. What can I say? I mean,
Trust in
so
the
today I just effing shut up and effing, go in small doses, if at all.
I didn't say that. It wasn't me that said that.
I will check on what everybody else is saying, and when necessary, agree. Nice to go.
Oh, hold on one second. I think I might have.
It's good to see you, UFO. It's always good to see you, man.
Yeah,
cheers.
man.
Cheers to you. Times are good. Price is pumping. People are understanding what we're doing here. The snowball is coming downhill. The snowball is picking up width and length.
Girth is what they call that. Girth.
I like to say
Girth.
breadth.
It's a beautiful thing, man.
It's finally happening, and here we are. We're all enjoying it together. It's a beautiful thing, boys.
Here we go.
Really is.
All right, so here I'm going to play this for.
Yeah, we got to watch this. I love it. I have seen this. I love it.
So this is Black Sheep's version of the "I Sold My Hex" guy. Okay, so hold on here, and he had Hexo in the beginning of it.
Crypto Black Sheep. Option point put in hot.
I sold my hex, man.
Why did you sell your hex?
I sold my hex, man.
It sounds like you got wrecked.
I sold my hex, man.
Why did you sell your hex?
I sold my hex, man. Even when I'm to 10. Oh, I'm so sick. Even when I'm to 10. Oh, I'm so sick. Kids going down. Then them start going up. And then I said, I sold my hex, man.
Why did you sell your hex?
I sold my hex, man.
It sounds like you got wrecked.
I sold my hex, man.
Why did you sell your hex?
I sold my hex, man.
Crypto Black Sheep.
That was great.
I think it was 16 million.
It was 16 million. I just went back and reviewed it. Yep.
16 million.
That's a lot of millions.
Heck.
I know that guy learned his lesson. That's for sure.
Ouch. Ouch.
It's no big deal, guys. It's only $4.5 million. I mean, it's
that's
no
like
deal.
that's like time for a fifth story get out right there.
Yeah.
Right?
Wow.
It reinforces the value of a contract that you write with yourself about staking, because we're all tempted by that kind of stuff, right? He was tempted,
right?
Micro by comparison multiples.
Very true. Very true.
We're all tempted. I mean, I'd like to go get like a brand new Lexus right now, but I'm not going to do it. I'm smarter than that. I'm not going to do that.
Hey, look who we have in the house, guys. Yes.
Hey, our man.
Webcamscat.com. Hit us up in the DMs, bro. Let's get you a real job.
I try.
Man.
Doesn't want to
Man.
Oh, I'm just looking at the amount of that 16 million hex.
$4.5 million.
Oh,
hard.
that's end of life, cycle right there. That's like
you're good.
You're
That's
good.
retirement,
You're done. That's retirement. That's like you can go away and do whatever you. That's
You got 16 million hex right now, liquid. You're good. You're done.
Yeah.
You can pick your retirement spot.
Bye bye.
Well, basically, depending on where you are, you can do it with a lot less.
Don't sell your hex.
I would say.
I'm gonna buy a Subaru and I'm moving to Tasmania. Gonna live right next door to Alex,
the richest man in Tasmania.
Sorry to cut you off, UFO, but I just thought that was hilarious.
No, it's totally okay. No, I was
hilarious.
just saying that you don't need that 16 million. Like depending on where you are, like it's you could probably get in today.
Get it right.
3 years, you're done.
You just got timed out there, Ross. Yeah, you just got timed out. Oh, 32 million with the pulse.
Plus big payday.
Oh, big payday. Everything is if you could have staked that out. Oh man, that's like that's probably looking at like $20-30 million right there.
That's worth the timeout right there.
So we're in memory contest stuff today. Like what is your first stake? Like, do you know the number of your stakes?
December.
Because they
I
have
made
numbers?
my first stake. December 1st. December 1st, 2020 is my first stake.
Is that okay?
Right after big payday. That's me.
Okay. Yeah, it started on 2nd of December 19. So the stakes have names, like not names, but they have numbers. Like it's like
Day
I'm so
369.
stupid. Well,
you're talking about the day, right?
yeah.
Day 369.
Yeah,
So
that's
day 369 is important for me. That's my first day.
Remember Ryan's staking pattern?
EBOG, not an OG. But
Do you remember Ryan Lopez's graph?
Yeah.
Daily stakes.
It was a It was a thing of beauty. It was a thing of beauty.
Years or some shit.
At the time,
What
you
happened to
could,
it?
like, you could still pay for it. I mean, depending on how.
That's just bleeding out right now. There's no way he probably couldn't unstake any of that stuff. And
terrible. It's awful.
Oh, it's awful.
Actually, I have
God
looked
for
at
Pulse. Pulse is coming.
the gas price.
Go ahead.
I have looked at the gas price 2 days ago, last time, and it was like, I don't know, 200 something whatever's around, which is horrible for everyone who wants to really, interact with what, this thing is thought for. And
it's bad.
I did not look at the Hex price once today. No joke.
Wow.
I don't know what it is.
Although
my day is only like
UFO. You're an early Hex guy, right? Like you got in really early, right?
I am.
How could you not look at the price?
Because it is.
It's okay.
No
worries.
Like you get this idea. The point is, if you get this idea to not look, it's so much easier.
I got you. I get what you're saying. It's really nice, actually, if you just take a break from Hex, walk away. Because I did this. I took like 2 weeks, and I went to the beach. And I lived at the beach for 2 weeks. Just disappeared. And then I came back, and everything was a lot better. It's good to take a vacation sometimes. That's all.
It's funny because we were talking about this 2 years ago and saying you're going to be staring at that stake for 5 years, 10 years, looking at that number going, oh, the speculative stickiness. Oh, what can I do? What can I do? See what the human psychology goes through,
It will suck you in too. Like it'll pull you in, and you have to like get away and like go to the sand and the beach and look at the horizon and just see something else. I love the beach.
Maybe I had that great advantage, like as Gary just said. Like I moved here 2 years ago. Like basically, I moved here 2 months before Hex started, which is the beach. Like I mean, this is an island where I live, and so this relaxedness comes with that. Putting yourself into that state of mind that you do not have to think about all of the money stuff, even if you're going on a very low budget, maybe at first. And then Hex came, and that like proved my concept. Plus, I'm pretty happy to not, fud out of it. So,
how do you feel now with what Hex has done? Are you happy?
I'm very happy. I am, in the contrary, very, very hurt by people who are all around me telling me about what crypto something, and they want to do something, and they sent me things I have never seen before. I've seen a stupid Zoom call recorded with people, and the person was like shilling another whatever project, and all these people are gonna get wrecked, including the one shilling it. It's like so
typical,
negatively mind-blowing. I mean, there's 400,000 coins out there, and maybe like 2 coming out every minute, and we're in probably scam max. Although I might be wrong horribly, and it'll not be scam max yet.
You're not wrong.
And but how to say, but there is things where you can save all these people, because there are things that are locked, that are done, that no one can fuck whatever. Oh my God, Jesus! Now, whole stream is gonna be kicked probably because of me. No, like no, like the thing is, these people have to be. They don't have to be saved, but I feel like wanting to save them from themselves a bit, right?
Right. I want to
try
save it
to make up
as many
and try to make
How many
make
horses
up
you have on that island,
analogies
UFO? We have a saying in America.
Stop!
That you can lead them all to water, but you can't make them drink.
You guys stop.
Yeah.
Please.
What's up, Execute? 007?
Yeah,
welcome.
Execute. Thanks for joining us, bro.
Same old shit, man. I've just been just working a little bit. What do you think about that app I pitched you guys like a week ago? Do you think it's worth working on?
Was that webcams? I can't remember webcams.
No, I don't know what that is.
Oh.
No, I'm pretty much just like ripping the front end.
And webcams is back. It's right here. Here. You can look at it whenever you want. It's right here.
That's not me.
Geez.
I have no idea what that is.
By the way, Bree, sorry you got accidentally timed out. That was meant for Ross.
That was meant for Ross, and the chat went to the next one, and he timed it out. Yeah, you just put your comment in at just the right moment.
Sorry, Bree, that wasn't meant for you. That was Ross has double timed out himself this evening. Very good, Ross. Congratulations. That was a good one.
Execute 007. What was that? What was it from last week? I know you.
I'm just trying to rip the front end from Osiris. I think it's called Oasis. It's the MakerDAO, like the Boro platform.
Oh yes.
I'm gonna have to see what Ross said.
I'm pretty much looking at it, and it's like I think it's just like a 50% ratio. So if you stake like, let's say like if you staked 1 million hex, the total right now would give you like 200,000 hex, and the price of 200,000 hex would be
a lot. It's
56k worth of like new minted coins. Yeah, but like so the ratio you could print, I would say like cut that in half. So give like if you're pulling out, if it says it's going to give you 60k, let's say, you'd give them like either 30 or 25 because I can't see the price like holding. Like obviously it's good. It on everybody's good day it's going to hold.
Let's bring this guy
in the
for a little
future.
bit.
It could be less money, right? It's like a better way of not getting people liquidated if they have to pay back the loan.
Okay.
That's pretty much like what I'm thinking about so far. So it's just 50% of
it's possible
interest earned.
Hey, let's bring our other OG Hexican cutthroat in for a little bit. There he is.
Yes.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Oh, it's our horse jockey.
What you up to, man? You got a new hood yet, or even better, like a new car?
Maybe actually.
What?
Pictures.
Oh,
freaking hood, right? Would be a pretty awesome thing to have for a car.
Did you get one?
That's what I've been telling you for a while now, Briz. Like, I'm glad you finally got it.
Finally freaking showed up, dude. I ordered this thing back in like July, and they're like, it's not even going to be ready until August. And I'm like, fine, just let me, like, don't even ship it to me because there are a couple cities over. I'll come pick it up. I don't care. Like, I just want to get it as soon as possible. And then they're like, look, if you have to make an appointment because of COVID and all this. And if you're 1 minute late, you have to schedule a new appointment. So I'm like, God damn it. I'm all, whatever, just ship it to me. And it finally arrived. And yeah, so
nice.
I got that. As
wait. So
and I also
what arrived? What arrived?
Sorry, it's a hood for my car.
Okay, a hood. Okay.
Yes.
I was hoping it was like a new Tesla wrapped in a beautiful package or something.
It was pretty cool without the hood.
It's a piecemeal old school Lexus with like an old GMC 350 thrown in it, and
Thank you, Biden Freedom. Thank you.
With some spray paint, some spray painted gold pipes on it. It's pretty sweet looking.
It's tape metallic tape, but it looks really cool. Hey, you should see the next thing I'm about to do. I'm about to drill some holes in the front bumper. It's gonna look freaking cool. Hey, it's gonna look cool.
We're trying to make it look
parking
all...
it out in front of my house again.
Yeah, no, you're not even allowed in RG's neighborhood.
No.
They're like, hey,
you let me know.
RG, just let him crash there for a few days. You know, he won't.
No.
Let me know when you're selling the house. I'll park it in the driveway for you. You'll probably get instant bids. You'll probably sell the house the same day. I bet.
My neighbors will move out if you fucking park that goddamn thing over here again.
Don't worry, I'm not parking my car at your house and letting you drive me nowhere anymore. Psycho.
You're so for a guy who drives a freaking Fast and Furious car, you sure are a little pussy when it comes to being a passenger. Are you going too fast, RG? Don't do that, RG. Oh, we're on our way to Vegas on a wide open road.
This is how RG drives.
I do have this
question. Quit crying. I'm something. Hey, look at this.
Are we there yet?
I do have this question.
Oh boy.
Are we really past action figures? Because like I answered to some
yes,
thing.
We're over it.
Found out that you guys already exist, yeah, right? And I missed it out.
No, not all of us do.
No.
So we don't even want to talk about it anymore. It's done. It's a done
so
deal.
let's talk about the action figures. Yes.
No, let's not.
And unfortunately, Kinetics doesn't have one, but there are action figures, and I happen to be an action figure, and gosh,
you got two. Like you got two versions, right? Like
I got two versions.
The other one.
I noticed the Chad version.
You deserve it, RG.
It's like 1/6 of a Bitcoin or of Ethereum now.
Yeah,
one of the pirate ones is the most valuable one, I think.
It is, and
what does it cost? Say I want to buy one right now.
I think they're $300.
What?
$300 too much. That's what it is.
Plus the gas.
$300 too much.
Oh, somebody's so jelly.
Right now, why would I bother? That's pretty awesome though, man. Like, congrats. That's pretty sick. Like, you got an action figure after yourself. That's badass.
That's all Cy over at Hex Toys. And
It
go to
is.
Cy
Man.
Hex Toys. He did that, and man, appreciate him. That's like a lifetime achievement right there. You're a fucking toy, man. How do you beat that? You're a toy.
Yeah, you don't beat
that's badass.
You're a fucking toy, man.
You can hold on to that.
I think there's only 50 will ever exist.
All the money and all that stuff and all this stuff, but a toy. I mean, come on, man. Fucking Evil Knievel's a toy. It's like
the recognition,
exactly
right?
You got smoke coming out.
Who's the guy who put them up? Like, I mean, I know the companies that are producing them. I've seen them, but it takes like mostly a couple of months, rather. And
we probably won't see these things till after.
Yeah. I'm super happy with you guys, but like.
With
do something
you guys,
good
there's
for
only
the
one
greater
person
good.
on the stream that has one.
I would also.
There's only one person.
There's no you guys on the stream.
There is a pair of socks that sells for $40,000 right now.
Yeah, I know that.
But RG, how's that feel? How's that feel to know that your little pirate doesn't even compare to a pair of socks?
Yeah, like for me,
you just wait.
Just
wait. We're on our way up. We are on our way up. We're gonna beat those socks one day. Me and these two right here are gonna beat those socks. By the way, the action figure comes with accessories, and it comes with blunderbusses and treasure. RD3 is new. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Just like in real life,
and that's
he has
funny,
no genitals.
My real name is Ken.
Damn.
Well, see, RG3 has better accessories, though. I don't know what the accessories would be for Ken doll. What would it be?
Fucking kidding me?
A hat?
You don't see this hat on this hat?
You don't see this? Here, let me show you closer.
And there'll be a hole in the box where a t-shirt's supposed to be.
Yeah.
It's just an outline.
A mystery shirt. A mystery shirt.
Hexologist has his jacket and his stethoscope and his lemons and
a pizza and pizzas.
And his pizzas, yeah. So Kinetics needs better, accessories. I think that'd be good.
We need to order the
a nipple milking bucket, maybe, or something like that.
That's true.
And let's order the exact pizza that Hexologist ordered. Let's order the exact one with the same toppings from the same people,
too.
the same, the exact one, and let's see how good it tastes for, how much, however he spent.
It was a cold garbage thin
for what we spend on it, though, right? If you're gonna buy it at today's T-shirt or today's Hex price, how many would that be for a pizza? If it's 28 cents each, and let's say it's $30 for a pizza.
How many would we get? I mean, we could have a party, right?
Yeah. And don't forget that was Hex Kong that he purchased it from. So
Hex Kong on Telegram all the time is complicit in this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good,
yeah.
good
He was part of it, and he was actually the brainchild.
Thanks, Executive 007. he made me a toy.
The Kinetics.
That's really nice.
The Kinetics has one now. There he is.
Well, it's the resemblance.
I thought you'd like it. You look pretty salty that you didn't have one. So,
well, it's become a nice little point of contention between RG and I, and he likes to rub it in my face that he has an action figure and I don't.
I send it to him often.
Two. He has two.
Oh, hey,
I got two Kinetics. I got two before you got one,
and he's gone.
Per usual.
Yeah, that's right, right, Wales. You know how I roll.
Per usual, exactly.
That's right. The Kinetics doll needs to come with a sauna. That's right. Come correct.
One thing I want to say. I'm going to change the subject and turn the conversation in a different direction.
Yeah, well, please do.
Thank you.
You got it. So one thing I like to say is, so the degens who love trading and degenning it up and all that kind of thing, the best thing they can do is stake some hex. Because if they stake some hex, even if they wreck themselves, they have something to land on. And I think that's brilliant. And I want to spread that. What do you think?
For dollar cost, right before Big Payday, I remember we had an after stream. Everyone was talking about what to do about Big Payday. And he had said, if you stake in the distance time, 15 years out, that stake can, through compounding, make up for all of your idiot moves in your liquid tax position. So if you're in the degen camp when it's low price per unit and you trade away millions of hex chasing shrimp or whatever we did 2 years ago, or long-term stake can make up for that idiot.
Oh, somebody
got
him. Hey, go ahead and put that gay pirate back up on the screen for a minute.
Wait. That was just the first one.
It's Friday night, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, that was just the first one.
Yeah, that was just the first one. We've got another one too here. There you go.
Oh man,
the Chad one. The Chad one.
You made it, RG.
The gold edition.
The gold edition, right there.
With booty and a hook.
Booty.
That's a pretty badass jacket, though. It's all black and then has the hex colors on the.
Yeah.
It is.
Bandana, the glasses. The Chad
I really
look.
like that.
And the bird. I've actually been shopping for a bird because I was
I'll bet you have.
what kind of pirate am I if I don't have a bird, right?
There is a bird. Holy shit.
Yeah.
The African gray is like the best pet on the planet, from what I hear.
You know what my favorite part of this toy is the bird shit on your jacket. That's my favorite part.
So there's a hook and a treasure chest right there. A treasure chest and a hook. That's the accessories.
When he was doing the D Live, everybody was on D Live. So why is it that Sai makes everybody else like massive bodybuilder, super duke bodies, like Richard being all fucking built and stuff, and then Hexologist and Kyle being all built? What's up?
I know. Doesn't make any sense. I'm the only one of those guys that looks like that. Like, shouldn't I have my own doll? Like,
oh my God, it's not gonna stop, is it? It's just not gonna stop. Oh.
Kinetics has been training martial arts too. Like he's getting in shape. I mean, he's definitely offended by this.
What's your action figure gonna have? Like insurance paperwork? a manila folder?
An ID, an insurance ID card, bro.
You're gonna make a
For
bet
the
about
Malibu Ken car.
I think it's gonna be Motley. I think Motley's gonna get it before anybody else. What are your guesses?
You think Motley will? Well, I saw more names for Motley than pretty much anyone else on that when he
Motley,
asked who should be the next one. Yeah,
I saw Motley, and then the shark thing, the theme thing. I think that my guess is he would be the next one that gets a graphic or gets an NFT.
Either or.
Bring him over to Pulse. Everybody, come over to Pulse and party. That's what I say. Bring them all over. Why not?
Some actuarial tables. Yes, Ross, that's what I was hoping for. Some actuarial tables. And a Vespa. You know it. Turbocharged Vespa.
Uh-oh. Don't enslave a poor bird. Uh-oh. No, I wouldn't enslave a bird. He'd have the coolest freaking existence ever if I had a bird.
Would you clip its wings?
No. I want to fly them, right? I've seen people take them to the parks and they fly them, and they
like on a leash.
No, they let them go. They let them fly.
Leash.
They let them fly.
Bungee cord.
What the fuck you think this is? Like a freaking falcon or some shit?
Bird brains. Aren't you afraid it's gonna fly away?
Oh man, I don't know. I've seen people. They train them. They fly around. They come back and they know
where to go.
They know where the seed's gonna be, right?
You don't want to buy a bird and then pay money and then have it just fly away and bounce on you.
Yeah,
he wouldn't pay money. He just goes to an island and holds out some seed. They just flock to him. He's a pirate.
Yeah.
Over that shit.
The birds will figure it out.
Don't worry.
Figure it out.
If you ever lose your bird, I'll bring you a seagull or something.
Oh God.
What's the name of the exchange that has the order book? Like
Metric.
Metric.
Hexicans trying to bring this shit back to reality. He's like, no, man, let's talk crypto, guys. Please stop it with the freaking toys and birds and shit.
I muted you guys for like a minute or two.
You guys are just fucking killing me. He's like, I got a legitimate freaking project here that I'm trying to freaking show you guys, and you're acting like a bunch of idiots.
That's no big deal.
Fucking, can we please?
You came in here just to shoot the shit and
I got that good that I really muted myself for the last 5 minutes and talked all into your stream and I didn't realize I wasn't on.
I apologize to the rest of the chat. I'm so sorry. The green monster just came out of me for a minute and it wasn't Hulk. And I'm sorry, guys. I apologize. So I'll try to contain that shit in the future. Bree said it wasn't a good look for me. So
it's all good. I'll buy insurance from you in the future. Don't worry about it.
I'm retired, dude. I'm not gonna quote anybody's policies ever again. So
wow,
mission accomplished.
You're retired too, but you haven't formally announced it.
I didn't get rid of the agency. I just let my employees run it. I said, you know what? I'm gonna pay you guys more, and you guys take care of everything. Don't ever call me with a problem. It's your problem now. But you're getting more pay. That's what I told you.
Hell yeah. So Kinetics, you're still the owner though.
Oh yeah. I'll probably never let go of it. Not until I can sell the book for
beautiful
at least 150% of what it's worth in the next 5 years.
Happy for you. Hell yeah, man. I'm happy for you. That's almost
well, it's one of those things where my residual income. Yeah, well, it's like my residual income is so much stupider compared to my actual pay. It was like, why am I doing this? I got bigger, better things to. I got bigger, better projects to better the world with. So.
I've got that same problem every day when I go to work. I'm doing my same thing every day, and I'm sitting in a data center, and I'm wondering, what am I doing? When I'm making thousands a day from Hex, and I'm just thinking, like, what am I doing here?
Well, you need to have something to do though. So if
you know what I do? I get on my phone and I'll be working and I'll be like, you know what?
I know.
I've got to look at. I went from the Gulfstream 500 to the Gulfstream 550. Now I'm like on the Gulfstream 700. It's like, okay, which one? Have you seen the 700 yet? Have you guys looked at the 700? The 700 is like, man.
How much more can you upgrade?
You're funny.
Like,
okay, us plankton over here. The green, or you're making the green monster come out of us plankton again here. There's no buying some Gulfstream 700s.
There needs to be a new Hex League, the Planktons.
well, I mean, maybe the OGs ought to get together and like just purchase a 700 and put it on the tarmac somewhere for everybody and just fly it.
Yeah, well, maybe do some seminars up on there. And it is all about the balance between the shilling and the chilling, right?
So you can operate and own, or you can lease a 700 for $4,800 per hour of flight time.
Yeah, you just have to. Yeah, you have to pay all the other stuff too, like on the tarmac,
pilot.
You basically charter it out where it pays for itself.
That's not bad. You could put a lot of passengers on the 700. I think a 700 will carry like 12 people.
Yeah, I think that's about the max for that size.
What's
but 12 to it's like 12 to 16 people.
What's a well-maintained used 700 going for?
Well, they got used ones, man. Those 700s are like
perfect in this. Probably Gary's a lot better, but the thing is, you don't want to be all of the people that can fit in because it's not that cool, and then yes, it did used to be a bit less, but when COVID came, like prices went up 2x or so, I guess. And I don't know if they came down since.
75 million for a new one.
Okay,
but then
not the per hour price.
Yeah,
I guess because I looked it up.
So renting is the way to go.
Well, I like the idea of a 700. You said fits 12 people, so I could fit all 6 of me and my family and all my friends and still have room for 6 more. That's awesome, bro. That works great.
Problem solved.
How much your friends?
You got 6 friends?
No, I got none. That's why I got room for 6 more.
I'll go with you.
I'll be your friend.
Sweet.
There you go.
So we got a lot of jet setting in the next couple of months. We got to do RG.
Oh yeah. Well, I already got my. Did you get your tickets, dude? Me and Hexo got first class tickets for that one. I don't bet you talk about it. Damn, that pissed me off. I had to pay so much for those stupid tickets. He's like, I'm going first class. Okay, let's go first class. I went first class on the same flight, and I don't know what happened. He put his order in, and then I put my order in right after, and I paid freaking 3 times as much for my tickets. And
whoa.
First class,
you'll make it back at 8 p.m. tomorrow,
like
RG.
3 times.
The miners got you.
the
ticket miners.
Where is?
Yeah, I think I flew first class one time. I flew first class one time, and that was when I got out of the Marine Corps. Yes. They screwed up and didn't send me home, and made me stay in a hotel, and then they put me in a first class ticket going home. So that was the only time I ever flew first class. But it was cool.
Yeah, when I was coming to the US for the first time as an exchange student in like a long time ago, Pan Am still existed, and I was 5 minutes too early because the guy that came 5 minutes later got upgraded.
Damn.
Up there on the 747, and I only had the chance to just sneak in once to like look at it, and I was like, wow, that was like when I was a kid, basically.
I think we should have this conversation now. Just saying.
Yeah.
just stop. Stop.
People are talking serious business like action figures in this chat right now. So
pay attention.
Bingo. Thanks.
Just noted that t-shirt's worth more than ETH. It's pretty fucking crazy.
Yep. Get used to it.
Yep.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
More than
A T-shirt
Bitcoin
is worth more than ETH. Next stop, more than Bitcoin.
Yep.
That's it.
Just watch. Just watch.
Next and
when
last
Bitcoin
hurdle.
goes down to 10K, we'll be at like 11K T-shirt price at that time.
People
Oh yeah, I got
lose
my
their shit.
when Bitcoin hit 50K here again. I got my little text from our buddy Briss. Oh yeah, Mr. BTC here.
Yep.
Hey, look at Bitcoin now, bitch. Now what, bitch? Now what?
Fucking 10% gain. Get out of here, bro.
10K, bitch. 10K, bitch.
Hey, if you're not talking about X's on your returns, I can't hear you.
Right?
Yeah, you know, the Bitcoin returns are like in the 6 million X.
Is that what you got?
Over the last year, over the last 18, over the last 20 months that Hex has been around.
Over the last 180 days?
Oh, okay.
Hey, we can always run after the next shiny object.
Oh, look who's getting the pecking order has changed.
No, it's just, you know, hey, I love Hex.
Back
Hex
into
is
the
a
figures.
superior. Hex is a superior financial product. And
Hex is the girl that I see on the side, but Bitcoin's the girl I come home to. Is that what you're saying? Come on, say it, Bruce.
What?
Here it comes. Here it comes.
Bitcoin's my wife. Hex is my mistress.
There's one of those guys that just like hoards like old.
No, bring him back. We need a whipping boy.
The Hex. I mean, dollar cost.
Why we are so lonely on here?
What were you saying? That
Where is
funny,
dollar
Jim?
cost?
No, I said
Put him right
maybe
here
this
where he
kind of
belongs.
talk is-
Everybody get him.
Get them, boys.
Gary, what'd you say?
So dollar cost got put on the spot with that Kiyosaki thing. He's like, "Do you like it better than Bitcoin?" And he's like,
Failed opportunity, in my opinion. I would have loved to have been the guy that he asked that, and I would have given 10 reasons right after why, and then I would have said,
Same.
Charlie, you're a nice guy, but you're wrong about Bitcoin, and here's why it's centralized, and here's why it's not better than Ethereum as far as decentralized networks. And if you like sending your money to third world countries to build ASIC specialty hardware to compete against other people that have the same kind of hardware versus people being able to run an actual consensus node off of their computers, you can't tell me that that's more decentralized. So I don't know. There's a lot of things I would have said to that.
Yeah, the response was,
I agree with you.
It was true. He did say he liked it better, but he still said I hold.
Yes.
So
yeah.
But yeah, he was.
I
he
don't.
was
I don't hold any Bitcoin.
Yeah, I don't either. I traded it off for Hex.
I have some Bitcoin on my Cash App.
Yep.
Because they give.
I
you
no
Bitcoin
longer
as a-
have any Bitcoin either. By the way, I sent all mine to the sacrifice chamber.
Are you really serious?
Yeah, all of it. And it pisses me off because I sent it in at
He's lying.
$30,000 each, and now they're 50 grand each.
I'm a
But-
poker player. I can read him. He's lying. He's lying.
Well, you never talk about your own crypto, right?
Lying.
It's like, you know, I don't know. Crypto's law number one is you never talk about your own crypto. But
well, I'm talking about my
as
crypto, and I sent
as
my
far as I
Bitcoin
can
to
say-
the sack chamber, and it's just fucking smart, you know. Like, quite frankly, I wish I would have sent all my fucking Bitcoin into Hex a fucking year and a half ago, but I didn't because I fucking love it, and I know Bitcoin's going to $1 million. I know it is. It's just a fact. And if you guys don't think
Looks
so,
like
then
Hex
you
is
don't
going
think-
there first.
Hex-
2027.
Well, that's fine. You
That's
know,
a
just,
bold
hey, just remember.
statement. That's a bold statement.
Hex can go to $1 million each, the same exact way Bitcoin can do it. They just have to pull liquidity, and that's just a fact. And so, you know, it's to say, hey, that coin can't do gains, but my coin can. It makes you guys not.
No. It's about garbage and not garbage.
It's not
corn is garbage.
No,
I'm sorry.
No, the U.S.
It's
dollar
first.
is
We got a better product and we got better marketing. We got the two things that
Hex
we need
is
that
superior.
Bitcoin doesn't have.
Hey, look, Hex is superior. but you can't say Bitcoin is trash just because Hex is superior.
No, I'll say it.
That's
it's
not
spaghetti
it.
code. It's
Because
unmodulated.
the
It's
money
all
that most
centralized
people
mining in
fucking
China with
use,
ASICs.
the
Miners,
money
so
that
it's
most
a
people
protection
use
racket.
is the
You're
U.S.
paying
dollar.
the same people that could attack you to
Bitcoin
protect
is
it.
a million times better than the U.S. dollar.
Oh
Oh,
god!
well, come on, dude.
It's
That's-
e-trash,
that's-
bro. It's e-trash.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's not even.
Hey,
you
you know
can't
what? You
compare the
guys
two.
just want to. Well, you want to compare.
No,
you
I
know,
don't.
Apples
You're
and
talking
oranges,
store of
but
value
X
versus a
and-
currency.
and Bitcoin. Hey, look.
Popcorn.
You guys are in
Bitcoin's not a
denial
currency.
because you guys love Hex,
Fiat
and that's
cash
fine.
is.
No,
I
that
love
isn't
Hex
why.
too.
It's just-
I love Hex too, but I'm not gonna fucking shit talk on Bitcoin just
am.
because I
just
love
did,
Hex.
and I'll do it more. You want to hear more?
You can.
I'll
It's
talk
your
over
show.
you all
It's
day.
your show.
Brian's show.
Frizz, let me help you out. Let me help you out. And for those of you that don't know, take notes. It's very simple. It's very simple. Okay? You used to have Model T.
Boom.
Right?
Or
Right?
Betamax.
Right?
And then you got colors.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Model T was the
You
US
used to
dollar.
have black negative. You used to
forgot
have
that.
black and white. You used to have black and white. Now you have color.
Yeah, and kids used to smoke banana peels thinking he was getting high and shit. Smoking banana peels, baby.
Okay.
Smoking banana peels.
D Biggie, I didn't say I wasn't appreciative for the way that BTC
Thank you.
Not
Thank
hating,
you.
man.
Thank
You know what?
It's not hating. Look, I still
No, it
the
is
Betamax.
hatred.
I still
It's
like
not
the
hatred,
Betamax.
man. No.
It's
You know
not
what?
Not at all.
Bitcoin
You know
in
what? This is literally the
2013,
dumbest. Okay,
you weren't wrong.
this is gonna be the
You were
last
just
time.
early.
This is gonna be the last time we're gonna have this conversation because it's literally the dumbest thing. Nobody's sitting here talking about I'm still using Betamax. What are you saying? Shut the fuck up already. Nobody out here is using Betamax. Shut
Nobody's
the
using
fuck
VCR.
up. Shut up.
No, but
Who's
I
using
do
a
have.
VCR? In fact, who the fuck is playing a DVD? Who?
Hipsters.
I agree.
They're
Nobody.
using
Nobody.
records.
Let me
I got
slap
a whole
you.
drawer full of them motherfuckers ain't
Fucking
being
lying
used.
ass.
We're
straight
Get out of
screaming.
here, man.
Play records.
I got a
It's
Gran
not-
Torino.
I
I got a
know.
Gran
No
Torino.
buffering, no
Sounds
downtime.
better.
It's not about hating. It's about detailing what is better technology.
I'm not buying another DVD
Yeah.
though. I'm not buying
Hex is
another one.
superior because it's better technology. It's 2021. People need to come to terms with that.
Hey,
It's that
Briz, I'm really curious. How's that Hot Pocket tasting?
Yeah. As soon as my mom drinks, Mom!
Get the Philly cheesesteak. or the ham and
VHS,
cheese.
the only one on
Make
the
me a
planet.
sandwich. I need a
only-
sandwich, Mom.
I'm saying if you want to live cheap, they're the best ones.
Bring me a Bitcoin too.
Look at this. We got the only
Throw a
VHS left on
Bitcoin
the
in
planet
there.
on the screen.
Right?
And yeah, if anyone on this
I don't
island,
see a label on
listens
that
to this
UFO.
and,
That
would not be a
has
home video.
a VHS, please contact me.
Hey, wait,
because I
where'd you
really
get that?
want
Is that
to,
my porn?
no,
Hey, does
it's
that have
well,
RG3 on the front?
actually, this is
I haven't seen
this
a VHS since
depends
the
on
90s.
how much like on how you how deep you're into this tape. I mean, like no, basically it is 3 spots for the startup that my best friend and me started, and a few other guys in 2000, and we were pretty well financed.
So what's on the tape though? Is there some?
Yeah, that's three
What
TV
kinda-
spots. It's 3 TV spots,
Really?
and 2 were never sent because they were to whatever someone up there in that corner to the top left just said.
Of the
And,
map?
um,
Or
because the
RG3.
investors thought they'd be too let's say disturbing or so. Not yeah, and
So now we have to watch it.
but the thing is,
All right,
one
go
of
ahead,
the
UFO, pop it on. Turn your
one
camera
of the
around. Put it on.
persons on this really got to be like, at least in Germany, pretty much a superstar as a actor as them, and
Is that your way of being around the bush?
Wait.
So yeah, no. So this stuff is there's some little you have these little sins from back in your past, and then
Bitcoin is not a 69 Camaro. I'm sorry.
Like,
It is
like
not a 66 Camaro.
66
At least
Chevelle.
the 69 Camaro goes fast.
That is blasphemy now. A Chevelle? That is blasphemy. You need
What
to,
about
you
a
need to
69
stop right there.
Mustang, a 70
Stop
Mustang?
right there. Oh my God.
Pinto, maybe a 76
Look,
Pinto, but
Get
no,
out of
it's
here.
Guys,
Out of
come on,
here.
man.
69,
Look,
70
guys.
Mustang.
Let's go over how technology works, because I think people have fucking forgotten. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's wrong with the
Let's
promise
do it,
coin
Wales.
space.
Let's do it. Let's fucking do it. Fuck
I
it.
really don't understand what's wrong with the promise coin space.
Let's
Do you
do it.
still use cassettes? Do you still use CDs? Hell, do you even use MP motherfucking 3s? No! 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 You do not. Stop it. Stop making excuses for crappy technology just because dollars are tied to it. Stop it. Please. This is ridiculous. It's 2021. What is wrong with you people? Leave your emotions at the fucking door. Leave them. They don't belong in here.
You sound a little emotional right now.
Yeah, because you know what? I've never seen a group of fake professionals before.
I'm not professional.
And I don't appreciate it.
That's true.
You know what? When it comes to money, you better get there if you want to keep it. And that's the difference between me and everybody else. I'm not here just to get rich. I'm here to stay rich and get richer. While everybody wants to sit here and talk about their little feelings and all this other shit. It's irrelevant. It's irrelevant.
And Hex Toys.
I'm gonna have to get out the hurt feelings report. We need
It's
the hurt
irrelevant,
feelings
man.
report.
It's irrelevant.
Remember
People
that?
need to let go of this Bitcoin is good shit. It's not. If
It's
it was
not.
good,
It's
it wouldn't
garbage.
take an hour to transact.
So
Period.
Wales has mad passion. I love it. I love his passion, and he's right too.
Ridiculous,
He's right.
man.
He's right. He's just right.
Look, nobody is playing music on a CD. It's that simple. Nothing else to talk about. Like, it's fucking moronic. Seriously.
Yeah, but people watch videos on YouTube.
Oh,
and
look at
and
that.
The YouTube
Yeah.
quality
Wick
is
over 31
not
cents, guys.
good.
A wick over 31 cents just now
Give me
went
my
in.
sticker out.
31 cents.
What?
Yep. Just
Everyone,
wick.
take that screenshot now.
I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah,
Jenkins
yeah.
already predicted it.
What kind of a percentage move was that with Bitcoin right now?
How about this, Wales? What is better, Blu-ray or YouTube streaming?
Damn. What the hell? I'm sorry. Blu-ray or YouTube streaming?
Talk it out.
Exactly. And which one's more successful? I
Well,
would say the
clearly
lower quality YouTube streaming.
But it's not. It's you're missing the whole point, right? It's not about the quality, right? Because
You're
people
talking
say,
about superior technology, right?
yeah. Well, the technology is the frictionlessness of attainment. This is what people don't understand. It's about convenience. What is the purpose of? What is the purpose of? No. You're good. We're just having a conversation, man. What is the purpose of? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. Who wants to see the Wales logo in 8K, right? I mean, it's totally okay. And
I do. That's a mighty fine looking fin there, sir.
All right,
I like to see it too. Actually,
a nice tail right there.
I like that upgrade.
That's a good looking tail right there.
A fat tail.
You know, I've never
You
seen
like
so
them
many
thick.
people be happy about using Microsoft 95, Windows 95. Like, I've just never
Dude,
seen
was
it
the shit,
in my
dude.
life.
I'll never go back.
I used it. I used it one day. I used
when
to play
other
You're
people,
killing me, Wales. You're killing me.
That's a great
No, I mean,
way to
again,
point that
man,
out.
people have to understand it's not a function of respect. It's like, people act like they owe something to Bitcoin. Yo, Bitcoin is a piece of fucking technology. It's software and code. That's it.
yeah, but you got to understand
It's
that most
software,
people
man.
are using dollars and precious metals.
yeah, and I agree because
Okay.
Bitcoin, and I totally agree to Wales because the thing is, Bitcoin could be changed if there was a community that could create consensus,
Mhm.
but they
That's right.
obviously don't.
They have no
and
interest in that.
They fuck
Tragedy
it up
of the
themselves.
It's going to stay there forever. It's literally irrelevant. And people are going to figure it out when it's too late. I mean, the fact that people even think it makes sense to maybe get a 2x is disgusting to me. Like, it's
And it is not
disgusting.
even-
It's going to $1 million though.
Man, it's
You're not gonna
fucking
get
disgusting. Bro,
It
a
will.
20x?
It will.
We just did a 20x in fucking 5 months. What are you talking about? We're going to $1 million.
I agree
Come
with
on,
Wales.
bro. Come on, it's math, man.
It
ain't
will
going to
with
$1 million.
time.
Oh,
Bitcoin
Bitcoin's
is
going to
not
$1 million.
going to $1 million.
For sure, it's
Yeah.
going to $1 million.
It will not go to $1 million.
What,
It ain't
20,
going to $1
40,
million.
It can go to $1 million. It can go to $1 million tomorrow.
I heard you saying people say Bitcoin's not going to go to 50 grand.
No, I
Couple
never
years
said
ago.
that.
I'm sure you probably did.
Here's the math. Divide $1 million. Take $1 million and divide it by the current price. Let me know how many X that is, and talk to me when it's higher than what Hex has done in the past 180 days.
Well, then why don't you
200X?
compare the beginning of Bitcoin to the beginning of Hex?
I already have,
Bitcoin
brother.
has done
I
more
got a
X's
chart
than
for
Hex
that.
has.
No, it hasn't. I
Yes,
got a
it
chart
has.
for that. No, it hasn't.
Bitcoin is sub a penny. Now it's over $50,000 each.
You're talking about 11 years, though.
I'm talking about 11 years, man.
Yeah, compared to the beginning.
How you gonna compare 2 to 11, bro?
Why don't you compare something from the beginning to the beginning of something else? You're picking arbitrary numbers. Hey,
No,
why
I'm
don't you
not.
just compare it to yesterday?
I'm not picking arbitrary numbers.
Bitcoin didn't do a 50x yesterday, so why don't you just compare Hex today to Bitcoin?
How about
yesterday?
I compare the first 20 months of Bitcoin versus the first 20 months of Hex? Oh,
Ooh,
look, Hex is killing that chart.
that
I
is
forgot.
a fair.
I forgot.
That is a fair comparison.
But I already did that, and we
And
already
I,
know it's dusted it. So
It's actually not a
Can
fair
I add a little
comparison.
remark?
It's not a fair
It's
comparison.
really not.
because
Yeah, it's not.
because Bitcoin didn't have the same type of
And
the
what
same
did I
amount of
do?
people in it.
And what did I do to nullify that? I created the post big payday chart to show that Hex is still superior, no matter how you slice or dice. Let it go. No matter what you say or do, you're going to be wrong because math does not care. It is not about me.
Can I bump into this? Can I bump into this conversation?
That's why I'm all in Hex.
No, it is
That's why I
a
moved
million
everything to
times easier to throw a rock than a boulder, and
Hey,
that's
you guys-
exactly
you gotta
why I
give-
sacrificed my
So-
Bitcoins for
I'll
the
give
pulse.
I'll give Bitcoin a little bit of credit here. It figured out with very slow and expensive blocks, but it figured out the whole Byzantine generals dilemma and the double spend problem. Okay, that's great. It'll never work as even on the Lightning Network. There's no way it's ever going to be a currency. But store of value is worth more anyway, so that's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. So it can just be the new version of the shiny rock that stares at you in the face. But I want an asset that produces yield. I want something that actually does something. Capital appreciation and yield, as Wales said earlier. You can't beat those two things combined
And brings
together.
staking and brings proof of stake to the market space.
Before I forget,
Real proof of stake.
Before I
That's
forget,
the most important thing.
Before I forget, Hex has a long-term hold thing. It has a long-term hold. It has it locked down.
Yeah.
The long-term hold for Hex, it's done. Like
You can do
Bitcoin is
time
gonna be
locking on
falling off of the
BTC, but
long-term
there's
hold.
no benefit to it. You're not getting paid more BTC for time locking. You do with Hex.
Can I
Hex has the
intrude in this
long-term hold
conversation
on
for a
lock.
second?
Of course,
Go ahead.
absolutely.
Go ahead,
Execute.
Like coming from like an engineering perspective, and like you guys can kind of get this. Engineering is like the Wright brothers, like they invented the plane. So like we all thank them. We remember their fucking name forever.
Correct.
They invented the plane. So Bitcoin is the plane.
That's it.
Like sweet.
I'm
we
from
got the
North
plane.
Carolina. I know the
Now
Wright
let's go
brothers.
But
build.
did you see that motherfucking thing those
know,
guys got up in the air
brothers,
with? I ain't going on that
yes.
someday.
I ain't going on that. I ain't flying on that.
Benny was
No.
chilling with him last night.
From the Wright brothers.
The Wright brothers are from North Carolina. North
Yeah, no,
Carolina,
so-
right here in the Carolinas, baby.
Yeah,
We invented that shit.
So from the
Hell
day
yeah.
they created that
I
first
love the Wright
plane,
brothers. Go ahead.
it
Sorry.
took 35 years to get like a 747 with 100 people on it. So now that's like what we're building technically.
Was only
gotta,
Gulfstream
like-
700, baby.
Gulfstream, baby.
We got to build something that's faster, can hold more people, and isn't going to be slow as fuck.
The
Here we
time
are.
between canvas and a bicycle, basically flying at Kitty Hawk and being on
Kitty
the moon was like 67 years.
Wow.
So if you look at actually rocket technology, jet technology, all the things that basically put us on the moon, that was one person's lifetime. That was 67 years.
Right.
Yep.
Wow. That's crazy to think about like that.
Yep.
I don't remember what like the law they call it. It's like Matthew's law or something. It's
Nobody-
like exponential growth.
Here's something
Moore's
else.
law.
No press.
Moore's law. Yeah.
No
Moore's
press.
law.
Can anybody hear me? Can
Yeah,
anybody hear me?
Metcalf.
Yeah, we can
Benny,
always
but
hear
we're
you,
having a
Benny.
real conversation, Ben.
Yeah, you're just freaking spouting off and fucking talking up the
We
side
hear
of your
you,
neck.
but we got real important stuff to actually talk about.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to find a way
I think
to
it's
jump in.
Metcalf's law, which is
I think it is Metcalf's. Yeah,
network.
So, yeah, just
Moore's
going
is
back
a
to
chip
that,
processor size.
Networking effect is Metcalf's law. And
Yeah,
the
so
old pirate
it
had
took
to
the
tell you
Wright
guys
brothers
that.
like 35 years to go from like the Wright brothers plane to something where you can build a
There
whole
were no press. There were no
mothership
press
to bring people.
on the day they had this successful launch. There were nobody was there. Nobody was there to like capture it. No one.
Just
Because
like
they
Bitcoin, nobody was there.
they didn't believe it could happen. And then guess what happened? They had their first successful launch into air, and they kept going up and up and up. And that was the thing. They started going up, and then they kept going down and down and down and down. And they had their first launch where they kept going up and up and up. There were no press. No one was there because everybody thought it was impossible. And we see that today. That's all. That's all I wanted to say.
If you were American, if you were from America, Blue Bum, you wouldn't say that because
Yeah, I'm just saying Bitcoin's great
everywhere.
until it becomes old technology. Like people will pick up on it. Like it's just going to become a thing where like, does one person want to ride that
Yeah,
plane?
but all this.
Nobody wants to ride the old wooden plane.
Well, there's people that pay millions of dollars, 30, 40, 50 million dollars for Duesenberg from the 1930s. And it is because it's scarce and it's rare, and rich people like to show the fact that they can afford things that other people can't. So
I understand that.
It will have value. I'll agree that it has value. And I even agree with Brizology that it can go to $1 million per unit because there's not effectively enough rich people as we hyperinflate to basically buy them all.
I agree with that too.
Exactly. We had every 17 hours.
Just not soon.
But there's people that buy all kinds of silly things as a status symbol. When you're actually talking about yield and you're talking about conversion back into real goods and services, that's really what we're chasing. We're all chasing purchasing power. We're chasing purchasing power.
That's right.
I don't see the same multiple in purchasing power.
But that's exactly my argument, right? I mean, why do I care about a 20x in maybe 2-3 years when I can make a 20x next month? It's just moronic. And that's a function of
you don't, of course, because
hold on. No, this is without staking. Hold on.
And the other guys will. So there will be the 20x, and there were like every 17 hours last year a new billionaire. So what are these people gonna buy?
Right.
I have
First
no
Bitcoin,
idea.
then Hex.
I mean, well, yeah. So yes, this is what's going to ultimately happen, right? It's just like this is going to be Bitcoin is clearly going to be a stable because that's the first thing that everybody finds out about because it's the oldest thing. So that's the inherent value in Bitcoin realistically. Nothing further.
It's going to go away.
And that it's on every exchange.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter, bro. Technologically speaking,
that's where people buy it.
We're speaking about the tech. Like, look, people like to talk about the tech.
It doesn't matter about the tech.
Yes, it does. Because in the real, yes, it does. And let me explain why. Riz, you have to understand. It's true because that's why Hex has gone from 4 zeros to 28 cents in 20 months. The math matters. The code matters. The logic matters. If they don't coincide, you don't get this beautiful picture because they will contradict each other. Ask the engineer. It's simple mathematics, bro. You can't have 1 + 1 and get 2 if there's no 2 there. Like it just doesn't work like that. So that's the problem with Bitcoin. It's there and it's stuck.
So there's two different things going on. Briss is talking about like the long-term Bitcoin.
Yeah, I've already said that. I've already said long term is going to do whatever it does. That doesn't matter.
Why are we
That's
even
irrelevant.
talking about this?
Yeah, that's irrelevant. I'm talking about utility. The fact that we're here to make money and make gains. So if you're going to sit there and sit in first gear, that's fine. But don't act like you're doing anything because you're not. That's my point.
It just sounds like you're chasing immediate X's versus the
you're
long
not
term.
you're not chasing immediate
Well,
X's. You're not
you're
thinking.
talking about all the
Chris
X's
is
that
hedging.
Hex is
He's just
doing
hedging.
versus the the 30% gains that Bitcoin can give you.
I'm telling you that if Hex is giving you 20x now, what do you think is going to do in the future? It's proportional, bro. Time.
He's right. It's important to have a lot of your bag in Hex right now because that's where most of the gains are going to come from.
Now, convexity happens now, not later. That's why
when
Bitcoin
Hex
is a train
as big as
that's fast.
Bitcoin, do you think it's going to be giving you 30, 50?
That's my point, bro. You're missing it. That's exactly my point. You think Hex is going to be going to $1 million from 28 cents? No, you still got to go from 28 cents to $1 to 10 to 100 to 1,000 to then get to $1 million. Once it gets up to 50,000, it's not going to be the same train ride. That's why Hex at 28 cents is the winner and Bitcoin is the loser at 35, 50, whatever thousand, because the economic mass required to make return is significantly higher. That's all. That's my argument. It's not anything else.
This is the play right now. You can 20x your Bitcoin right now, or you can 1000x your Hex right now.
There's also another aspect to this. So, like, let's say you're going back to 2011 and you're just buying straight Bitcoin. Like, Hex is like going back to 2011, buying Bitcoin and all the Bitcoin miners.
Fact.
Thank you, sir. Yes, a great point. Yes, yeah, you're ASIC mining before people are still using GPUs back in 2011. But that's the equivalent right now.
Because if you have a T share, that's the same thing as being able to mine 50 BTC
Literally.
blocks.
Yep.
Because over time, I mean, people already cannot afford a full T share, so they're already relegated to joining in the equivalent of a pool because they can only get a B share or less. Right? I mean, that's what's happening because the cost to acquire a full payout per T share has gone significantly higher. And that's a function of technology. Like, no matter how you break it down, Hex is superior because of everything that encompasses what it is. And that is technology, you know? And that's just how it goes. Go ahead.
And the time frame, this is what I was going to show when my camera, now we have it, I guess. The time frame is going like up here, we have the horse and the car, right? And like here we have the Bitcoin and then the Hex.
I'm sorry.
And the middle is the singularity, what everyone's talking about. And then no one's going to know what's going to happen. I think it's going to be super awesome. And some people think it's going to be like, I don't know, apocalypse.
No one will be there watching. It'll be like the Wright brothers
the
launch.
time
No one will be
frame is
paying
the difference also. So, like, you know, you were talking about the Model T. And if you have, you know, the horse and the wagons and the Model T and then a car and then the Tesla now, this is like, you know, and the time frames are getting shorter. And so this is going to be pretty quick, I guess. And not saying that like this BTC is not also going into, you know, that same direction, but the time frame for Hex will be probably a lot faster, as it was, as you always show on your streams.
Well, you want to know what's funny? It's funny you mentioned that because I've been thinking to myself, like, man, we technically know something else is going to come around the corner at some point in the future that's going to be, you know, as good, if not better than Hex. It's got to be something because things only get better over time. Right. So when I hear this notion of Hexicans being maxis and all this nonsense, I think it's funny because this is just people that don't understand what's actually going on.
Quick question.
What's up?
When that new product comes along, are you going to be like, man, Hex is fucking trash. Hex is horrible.
No, because Hex isn't trash.
Hex only did 2x this year, while this new product did a 50.
There's a difference. There's a difference.
We'll see.
There's a difference between a Betamax and a DVD and streaming, live streaming. There's a difference between those three. And Betamax was total garbage. It worked at the time. It was innovation. We actually got to see things on the TV that we never were able to see before that we can record and watch. But then CD blew it out of the water, and CDs were still, or DVDs were still good. And then now you have streaming, live streaming, much better. See, there's a difference between the first technology, emerging technologies, and the technology of now. So you got to put it in perspective, man. You can't just say, "Oh, you're call Hex trash."
Yeah, I honestly think we can't even imagine what the next iteration is going to be.
Yeah.
We now use horses for glue.
It is going to be extremely hard to replace Hex with something else. I think that there's going to be something different, a different product set somewhere else.
A different banking product that gets rid of a middleman.
Yeah, it's going to be. It's going to be hard to get rid. It's going to be hard to get rid of Hex's vertical. It's going to be hard to take over its vertical because it did a perfect job in the hole that it fills. You know, and it's going to be very hard to improve on that.
I think Hex is just getting started. It's just getting started.
Yeah, for sure.
And there's nothing else that can be created that can rival Hex because it doesn't have Richard Hart, number one. It doesn't have the awesome devs that Richard Hart hired, number two. And number three, it doesn't have the stroke of luck that happened when they figured out T-shares. It's just impossible. Hex is a once in a lifetime creation.
Well, we've had a lot of synergies though. So yes, finding a polymath is rare. Finding someone that has capacity and then applies that capacity and capability to a particular project is even more rare. So you can have someone like an Armstrong that's a great bicyclist, but they never take up bicycling. You can have someone that's an Olympian that never practices the sport. So having capacity but applying it is rare. And that's what we have as far as Richard's innovation, ambition, drive, pushing against haters, whatever you want to say. And then we had the event of locking everyone in their house for basically a year and outreach and becoming public through a community of teleconferencing, right? I don't know if that's going to reproduce in the future. Maybe it will. But the community coalescing around that band of brotherhood, around Hexologists, around Discourse Syndicate, right? So we did have a lot of perfect storm events that led to a great launch.
Organic growth is what it led to. A lot of organic growth.
I understand what Brizology and what Will is saying is that something else in the future could come along, but they're rare, right? They're very rare.
Yeah.
So if those things happen where he says, yes, I've got a great technology, but I don't have a great leader. Okay, probably not going to go so far as Hex did.
A lot of things I'm seeing in the tech space for like future things is like a lot of people are trying to build on the blockchain for storing solar panel energy and wind power. They're trying to like make, let's say, one block like one cell. So when your solar panel creates a block, you can sell it to a neighboring town or something. That way it's like it's verified that like this person created this with his solar panel and he's selling it to the next, like the amount of energy. A lot of people are trying to work on that right now. That's probably the next big tech boom.
Innovations in blockchain and innovations in technology will come along. What I'm getting at is the rarity of cult-like following, the rarity of community coalescing around something. And again, I like solar panels. I like lower cost energy. I don't think I'd be spending hundreds, if not thousands of hours promoting it like I have with Hex. So I just think that the storm of events are harder to reproduce in the future, in the financial product.
Yeah, it's an enigma. It's an enigma.
100% they are, of course.
Hex is an enigma, and it is a viral event for us at this point because we saw it and what it did, and boom, it's viral to us. But when the rest of the world hits it and it goes viral, it's oh man. But it's an enigma. It definitely is.
Which is very interesting because
funny Jim said to us, of course we found a way. Like what we found is like something incredible, and it is incredible. And there's really very, very little chance that anything like this could ever be created within the next 20 years even. I mean, maybe somebody can top it, but we got something here that is here in our lifetimes. And all of us, I mean, I'm looking at everybody on the stream, and I'm 30 something. I'm going to be 40 soon, and a lot of you guys are not, your youngest days.
Eat a dick, motherfucker.
Let me just finish my statement before you cut me off and send me to the penalty box.
All he's saying is that you need some dignity.
Oh boy,
this is awesome, and we got it right here, right now, and there's no reason why we shouldn't. Anyway, it's really hard to reproduce this. I think it's
UFO 42's son.
What?
What? Who is?
That
I
doesn't
don't know.
look like Crypto.
Whoever came in.
That ain't Kool-Aid.
No, I just when I raised my hand, I
That
wanted
ain't
to say
Kool-Aid. That was this guy.
That's a stand-in.
That is not Kool-Aid.
Hey, I'm driving right now. I heard there's a law from Wales, so I had to come on in.
Okay.
You're driving on a Friday night. You're driving.
What's up, man?
I went and got
To the
some
liquor
food. Now I'm
store.
sober. Everyone heckles me when I do shit. And I'm like, now I'm sober again. Now
You just gotta get to the liquor
I'm just
store.
making
You're
sure.
out of box wine.
You will know my name is the law when I lay my wine fingers upon thee. But once I get my food, I can go back to another 30-hour day. Captain understands this blue collar nonsense. How are you, gentlemen?
What's on your mind? We're chilling, man. We're just having a good conversation. We're chilling, having a good conversation.
They
We're
almost
just looking
made me
into some deep
cry.
stuff. What's on your mind?
They almost made Chris cry.
It's funny.
Man.
I make fun of his height by saying that he's a horse jockey, and that does nothing. Water off the duck's back. You talk about Bitcoin in a bad way at all, and he's like, crying.
You know what he did? He was like, I'm just glad they got you as being the short one, man. He was just so stoked about that. He's like, nobody fucks with me, and you're the one that's getting the short jokes.
I'm not even short.
Yeah, you're really. I was just thinking that you were like the same height.
Oh,
You're even taller.
Wales, like,
Well, I'm short too. Okay, when you meet
feel
me,
like-
I'm also short.
I don't know. When
feel
I
bad.
walk around, I'm standing on the shoulders of giants, so I feel tall. All right.
Boom! There you go.
Facts make you feel tall. I feel you.
There you go. I mean, it should, because you're financially secure, so you should be walking tall and making the right decisions and thinking with a better head, because you got
That-
the future, bro.
That and my 3-inch lifts make me feel tall. You know.
Boom.
Elevator shoes
Okay.
for the win.
So now I
know what you
got to
mean.
jump in for a short time because
seven
the
boys
standing
know
on the
what you're
shoulders
talking
of
about.
giants is a very good analogy, and it's always like Newton. They think who said it, but it was long before that, and someone was sitting on it. And then Newton was standing, and it's time to jump, right? Because you can look even farther. And the other thing is that I wanted to ask RG, like this Enigma thing, enigmatic. I don't know really where it comes from, but I know Enigma like this, old German crypto machine that was cracked by Turing, basically. And so, of course, we don't have a problem with something that is coming out that is better than Hex, because it will probably likely come out of somewhere around that region of the Hex community, because Hex came out of somewhere around that region of the crypto community where Bitcoin was before, because Richard was one of the biggest
That's a
Bitcoin
great
maximalists
point, dude. Damn.
for long years, and
That's
so
a
that
great
is
point. Holy shit.
and that is not a problem, right? And I think Richard wouldn't see it as a problem if someone invented something better out of his stuff. He even said that, and he even had that on stream and in chat channels, like all the time. If someone makes a real good comment where he sort of like, okay, then he'll go for it and think about it. That's the thing. And this is why it makes him so credible, because this is like, I looked at this guy and said like, man, this guy's like exactly like I'm thinking, because he's not telling shit to people. That's
now. I'm not going to say that Richard is the most technologically knowledgeable guy in crypto, but he is the smartest guy in crypto, because crypto had 10 years. So Bitcoin created Bitcoin created cryptography, solved the double spend, and created the beginning of this. Ethereum created the smart contract and the ability to program it. And then when all of that came together, nobody had the smarts to actually program money to do the right things until Richard figured it out and said, you know what, you guys are all missing this thing. I'm not going to. And he did it. And they failed to produce. They failed to execute, but Richard didn't. He executed. He's the smartest guy in crypto. He might not be, the Vitalik Buterin or even some of the others, but Richard was well-rounded enough and smart enough and had enough marketing sense and business sense that he was going to take the advantage of what was out there, and he did it. And that's what Hex is. That is all he did. He was just the smartest guy in crypto and beat everybody to the punch while they rested on their laurels and scammed out.
What Gary said like 5 minutes ago, he put the pieces together. That's it.
Yep, that's it. It wasn't that hard. It wasn't that difficult for a guy like him, and he just saw it. He just saw the marketability of it. He saw the need for it. He saw the tools were there, and he just put them all together and did it. And nobody else did. He beat them all to the punch, and that's what they're all pissed off about.
To add on to that, a stroke of luck happened. So Richard is
there were a lot of different strokes of luck. That's why I call Hex an enigma, because on top of Richard doing what he did, the enigma part of it is all the little things that came together, the community, T-shares, all of those things that coalesced together created that perfect storm. Is what makes Hex an enigma. It wasn't just a good project by a smart guy to come out. There were a lot of other things that came together and made it what it is, the perfect storm right now.
The T-share in particular was Kyle came up with it, and he talked about it in his keystone, whatever Matty called it, his speech in the Hex conference. Yeah, there you go, keynote. It came by like a stroke of luck, he said. He said that they were trying to figure out how to make it happen perfectly, and why not just something happen where they figured out to make the T-share rate just go up constantly, and that's what made it happen.
Yeah, but who made it happen? Richard, who listened to someone who had a great idea and
all coming together,
realized that this is the great idea. This is the point.
Because the thing is that am I mic'd or unmiked? I don't know if I'm just parked the car. But
you're good.
Yeah, it's Richard's
car. Make sure you're in a safe place.
Right? Wait, no, I'm good. Trevor. But anyway, Richard's a tactician. He's literally playing StarCraft and like strategy games in real life now with real money. That's the thing. Richard can understand 65% of it. It doesn't matter. A general knows where to deploy his troops. A general doesn't need to fight every fucking point of the war. And that's the whole thing. Richard is a tactician. He is smart. He's brilliant. He's a genius. But the difference is he's a tactician in the way he's deploying everything.
And a good strategist. Yes.
The strategy and the game theory, and that's what most people don't understand. Game theory is real life mechanics that implements real life. And Richard's implementing game theory mechanics of real life as a strategy to implement real life. It's brilliant. And that's it.
Just to piggyback onto that, a lot of people get kind of upset about how much money CEOs make. And if you want to see what an effective CEO really looks like, look at Richard. Yeah. Because without his management, none of this would have came together.
Oh, not at all. And that's the whole thing. Yeah, you're right, Chris. Like, and that's why and now that Richard's be like, fuck it, I'm going to go make a company again. he's gonna take the full fucking stack.
That's what's so funny about it.
Yeah.
They're like, be
Chris, that's what's so
scared,
funny about that.
motherfuckers. Like, Richard's gonna take the whole stack because he'd be like, I'm done playing now.
That motherfucker was on vacation and they just had to fuck it up.
Yeah, right. Yeah, piss me off enough that I'm gonna go back to work. Fine, I'm gonna go back to work.
Y'all done woke up the sleeping bear.
29 cents, baby.
29 cents.
And I mean, like, whatever I end up building, I kind of want what I build to be better than Hex, or like solves a part of the problem.
Yeah, but I mean, like Briz, like Hex is Bitcoin but pays you yield, and actually has people run it. The beauty of Hex is it's immutable code. It's Pandora's box that got released into the wild. Let's call it like RG's Charizard, right? You know what I mean? It's in the wild now.
Charizard.
Charizard. There we go. Thank you, sir. But like, it is in the wild and it gets zero fucks. And at this point, that's what people should be worried about is the honey badger that gets zero fucks. That's immutable. There's no like CEO fingers dipping into it. There's no human emotions dipping into it. It's immutable code that deals with math and it eats. And the more it eats, the bigger it gets. And the bigger it gets, the more it can funnel. The more it can funnel, the more it can eat. Scary if you think about it.
I think you nailed it.
Yeah.
I think you nailed it. That's perfect.
All right, I'll be back in front of a computer in a second.
Cool. Thanks
And
for jumping in.
All right.
It is
That's
very
pretty nice. Nice little
great
crypto
design,
cool
and I will tell everyone because it's gonna get to be 7 o'clock in the morning, and I got to take a little nap to see some people today, and say goodbye to everyone. Thanks for having me, and like this was a great show because like everyone is right. Yeah, like it sounds like like everyone's talking,
That's how it works sometimes.
Disagree.
Sometimes everybody's
People are
on
not
the right
really
track.
because I see it not that anything is really that has been said was very contradicting. So have a good night.
Later.
Peace, man.
See you later,
Pleasure
UFO.
seeing you, man.
And with that, everybody, we are going to call it a night because we've been on for 4 hours. Thanks for coming. We'll see you on Monday. I think I might have Freddie Quotes on the show. We'll see. He's filming, so he's trying to see if he can get unbusy on Monday. I'm gonna bring Freddie Quotes on, have a talk with him about his new freaking jam. Guys, wait till you hear this thing. It's freaking down. All right, guys, have a good one. We'll catch you on the next one Friday night. Don't forget, we're pumping all week.